Shall we get this started? Yeah? Hi.
What was the instructions again for chicken? Is it bake, broil, air fry?
I think I just did air fry.
30 minutes?
Bake's probably fine. Bake's okay.
30,
Yeah.
It took you about 30 minutes total?
Yeah. How many do they all fit in there?
Just
Where do you throw bread?
I gotta come upstairs.
Oh, the stairs. Okay. All right. Ba 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 ba. Hello, 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 hello. All right. There we go. Okay. Check, 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 check. All right. So we're discussing everything that Lost Ark today. I've got a bunch of stuff that I'm going to pull up. That we're going to listen to, we're going to watch, we're going to analyze. We're going to have a good time doing it. All right. Lots of guides from the Lost Ark YouTube channel, as well as a couple of other channels, people talking about cool stuff too. So we'll be watching that, and then eventually I'm thinking we get into some PUBG. Been having some fun playing it lately, so we'll probably end the stream with some PUBG. But in the meantime, we're going to discuss everything Lost Ark. I'm going to get up to speed on it. I honestly, admittedly, don't know a whole lot about it. But it looks like a good MMO. So, and there's a ton of information already out there around it too, because there is this game's been live in, I think, Korea and some other countries for, I want to say, like 2 years now. So ton of information already out there about it. It's not like a bunch of people have to go in and start exploring everything left and right. But it looks like a fun game, so we're gonna go through and explore all the things, watch some creators on YouTube, have some fun with it. But first, let's tweet out that we're live. Yeah. All right. Gates are open. Talking new MMORPG to the US. Lost Ark. I'm gonna promote my YouTube link today. What did I just click? Okay. my channel. Let's grab this link. I like it. Check, 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 check. My channel, let's grab this link. I like it. Check, 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 check. Music's a little loud, but okay. Okay, copy and back to Twitter. This is my new YouTube channel and would love for you to come by and drop a all right, let's see what this post does without an image uploaded. All right, here we go. We're logged in, we're posted to Twitter. I can't believe I don't have any timers set up, man. I thought those were supposed to like automatically import over after when I did the Streamlabs to Stream Elements one. Huh. Do I not see that? Oh. Wow, the delay on that is crazy. Yeah, the delay on that is nuts. How do I see my live channels on? Huh. Okay. Why isn't this showing on Facebook? Connect streaming software to go live. Are you kidding me right now? This shows that I'm live. I'm confused. That might help. All right. We're live. All right, let's get the chat up. Get the game up. All right, we're good. I think we're good. Except the chat page isn't loading. Nice. Good job, Facebook. You're doing great. Still not working. Okay, cool. I guess I'll just do something else. Hello, Facebook? Brum, 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 brum. Ba-da-ba-dum-bum. I'll just hang it out there. Okay. Oh no. There we go. All right, we're live. Watch, search videos. Well, I am definitely live, so we'll hang on to that, I guess. The chat's kind of messing up though, so whatever. We'll figure it out. Okay, let's log into the chat bot. Let's grab some of these. Let's grab some of these old commands that we had. Did I never have a Patreon tweet or Patreon timer? That's weird. I definitely should have. All right, let's grab the Patreon one. Let's see. Elimino P. Hello? Really? Wait, what? No, there's no way. Hold on. Activate timer. Nice. Okay. New timer. I wonder if this works. Read API. All right, got the timer one in, and then there's a socials one, yeah. I'll just grab that. Oh no, wait, what I pulled up? I'm a bot. There we go. Boo. Bot be able to retrieve a link to the latest tweet of a user, Stream Elements. Use this code. Nice. God, gotta love the internet. Undefeated. Absolutely undefeated. Okay, save. Saved, yeah. Okay. Sorry, that was weird. Let's see here. Okay. That didn't work. Why didn't that work? This is a timer. So, I mean, it should still work though, yeah? Boo. Stream also turner every time. I don't know about her stream also about. Deck APIs. Here we go. Here we go. Stream Labs, Stream Elements. I wonder if it's a paste. Save. All right, exclamation mark, tweet. Okay, I wonder if it's the... okay. Chat command. Where is it? Okay. Oh, custom commands. Here we go. Okay, it might have been that one. All right, what do we got? What do we got? I didn't save. Weird. Tweet. Collect from this one, custom API, twitter.com/junior. Yeah, this should definitely work. All right, let's see. Exclamation mark. Damn, still messed up. Okay, I'll figure that out later. I like how it just like ruins it every so often. You'll have everything set up and then all of a sudden it's ruined. Bet. Okay, let's get into some of the Lost Ark stuff. Let's get into some of the Lost Ark stuff. All right. I think those are all the timers I wanted. Make sure the party reaction still works too. Wait. There we go. Nice. You guys can control these lights behind me too, by the way. Exclamation mark. Lights. Looks like Facebook's chat is working again. That's good. Pull that up there. Okay. So this is the article I've been reading all, I guess, week now. I'm gonna sit down. Just about the different parts of the game, what to expect. No good. We still in focus. All right. What to expect? A lot of cool things about the game too. So I want to bring that up and go over that first. So Lost Ark North American release time. How to play the MMORPG early in the US.
Is the foolish dream of mortals.
Watch the trailer for a second.
But this world, this Arcadia, is more dangerous than you could ever imagine.
That looked neat. Combo attacks. Fucking Dementors.
The Chaos Gates have burst open.
The Nazgul.
The demon legions of Kazaros blot out the sun.
Mordor.
Do not give in.
It's a lot more magic.
There is still one chance to end this madness. Find the Ark.
Find the ring.
All is lost.
All right. It's me. Okay. 3-day head start with the Founders Pack, which we got. We will be playing tomorrow. So hasn't been available in the Western Hemisphere. Lost Ark is finally about to unlock in North America. Developed by a team in South Korea, the massive multiplayer online role-playing game, MMORPG, initially debuted in its home country back in 2019. Since then, it's also rolled out to Japan and Russia. However, its servers have remained inaccessible for those in the United States as well as European regions since launch. This is now about to change with Amazon's gaming division publishing Lost Ark in those respective territories. And they're just going to say, fuck it to New World, I guess, right? Oh, good, the socials work. Cool, good, socials work. Okay. And it is set in the fictional realm of Arcasia, a land that is being ravaged by a demonic war. As a heroic adventurer, it's your job to track down 7 pieces of the titular Lost Ark and reunite them so you can put an end to the devastating conflict. Along the way, there will be dungeons to clear, side quests to embark on, and raids to complete. Level up, level up. Release date, time, and preload in North America. So I could preload it now, which I've done. So that's preloaded. Can't click play yet. I'm surprised not more of my friends have read it, have ordered it or downloaded it or preloaded it. But well, the game doesn't properly unlock until Friday. Can get a head start by purchasing one of the founder packs. These premium bundles come in 4 separate tiers. In addition to the content, purchasing one of the packs will also entitle you to the early access. As a founder, you'll be able to start playing the game 3 days before everybody else, which will be Tuesday, February 8th, tomorrow. Once it's launched, Lost Ark will be available on PC. It can be downloaded from Steam, which we've done. So we've got this one here. 3-day head start, 7,000 royal crystals. Founders Day exclusive pet. 30-day crystalline aura. Founders title. Platinum supply create. Founders exclusive skin. Character expansion slot. Founders skin. Founders exclusive mount. And a platinum welcome crate. I mean, the visuals look pretty fun. Little cartoony, but still pretty fun, I think. So that's kind of the lowdown on the game itself. What we do want to do is kind of watch over the starter guide here.
Guys, Vulcan here, and with Lost Ark coming out soon, I figured now would be a great time.
Thanks, Vulcan.
To a massive
Like and
guide
subscribe
to help anyone who hasn't played or heard of Lost Ark. So Lost Ark is one of the biggest games coming out this year, and because of that, it deserves one of the biggest guides. And this is one of the largest ones I've ever put together. It's packed full of
30
guidance,
minutes long, so
tricks,
yeah,
and
maybe.
everything you need to know to get started, and I hope you guys really enjoy it. So before we jump in, I did want to clarify a few things.
A lot of weebiness.
This video is only for the Western version of the game. There will be some differing information.
A lot of weebiness in this game is what I'm getting. It's got that heavy weeb influence going on.
Between this video and other videos for the Eastern version. Now also, I have used some footage from the Russian server with the English patch, so you might see some really weird translations and stuff like that, so just know that kind of going into this one.
Russian server with the English patch.
Kicked off with some general information. So one, Lost Ark is an MMORPG with an isometric view. And because of this, a lot of people often assume the game is like Diablo or...
What's an MMORPG? Massive multiplayer online action role-playing game. Action role-playing game. I guess that's the difference? All right, we'll turn that down. Okay. Okay, so action role-playing game. Got it. Cool, thanks. All right.
Path of Exile, but that's not really correct. So it doesn't really share any of the same traits as those games. This game really does...
That was interesting, too, because I was looking at it and I was like, this looks like Path of Exile. This looks like Diablo, which are very similar in style, but I guess he's saying it's not. We'll find out why.
...form like an MMO. So don't expect these massive loot fountains or like hordes of enemies that you have to slice through if you're doing like maps in Path of Exile and stuff like that. Now, Lost Ark will be launching on Steam as a free-to-play title, but you will see some Founders Packs offered with a bunch of cosmetics and consumables
Platinum.
ahead of launch. Now, these packs do stack, so you can buy all of the available Founders Packs and get everything
They stack?
offered
Fuck.
across all of them. Now, in-game, you do have a cash shop where you can buy different costumes, pets, mounts, and all kinds of different things. Now, they will offer a premium subscription as well called the Crystalline Aura. I'll be talking about that a little more in depth later in the video, but because
Crystalline
I know someone will
Aura.
ask, this game is not launching on consoles as far as I know, but that could change in the future. So with that out of the way, let's talk about the nuts and bolts of Lost Ark, starting with the classes. Now, the Western version of the game is going to come with 15 total different play styles.
Oh, shit.
These are broken into base classes and advanced classes. So starting with your base classes, you have the Mage, the Warrior, the Martial Artist, the Gunner, and the Assassin. Now, for the advanced classes, you have the Mage, who can specialize in being a Sorceress or a Bard. The Warrior can become
go,
a
Bard.
Berserker, Paladin, or Gun Lancer. The Martial Artist can become a War Dancer, Scrapper, Soul Fist, or Striker. The Gunner can become a Gunslinger, Deadeye, Sharpshooter, or Artillerist. And the Assassin can become a Shadow Hunter or a Deathblade. Now, there are some things to keep in mind here.
Deathblade.
Some of these are still gender locked. Amazon and Smilegate have mentioned that they plan on creating more options in the future, but for now, just know that some of these only offer one gender to choose from right now. And you also get to test out all of the advanced classes before you have to choose, which is great. So you don't
That's
have
kinda
to
neat.
feel like you need to make a huge decision right at the character selection screen. Instead, you just need to confirm what base class you want to play as, and then you're immediately thrust into a training arena where you can then choose your advanced class.
That's nice.
So let's go ahead and break down all the different classes and who they might best fit, starting with the Warrior. So the Warrior offers a diverse set of advanced classes. Each one fits into a part.
So I guess you pick your base, and then you can eventually pick your advanced. So you don't just do them both at the same time, I guess? I don't know.
Of the Trinity. So you have like a DPS in the Berserker, a support and a healer in the Paladin, and then a tank in the Gun Lancer. So
Gun
talk a little
Lancer.
bit about each one of them. Now, the Berserker is all about causing as much devastation and chaos as possible. You have high damaging skills with all the classics like cleaves, leap smashes. If you love to swing a two-hander and absolutely pulverize enemies, the Berserker is right up your alley. Then we have the Paladin, which is a support and healer role. Imagine like a holy paladin from World of Warcraft. You're going to be summoning a lot of glowing tomes, healing allies, and purging demons with fire. If you're someone who loves to be up close and in the action, but also likes to heal up the party, then this might be a great fit for you.
Okay.
And lastly, we have the Gun Lancer. Now, despite its name, this is actually a tank class that uses a shield and a lance. Except that lance has a giant cannon in it.
Yes.
So the Gun Lancer is all about soaking damage and taking one for the team. You do have some cool skills that'll hook and pull enemies, some that will provide protections, and some that are pure damage. If you like to be the tank, the Gun Lancer is your only choice. Next up, let's talk about the Mage.
Gonna need some,
So the Mage has only two
gonna need some
advanced
tanks.
classes, but they're both really fun to play. So the first of the two is the Bard. This is your classic harp lute wielding support class that can either tear up enemies
like
or buff
stuns,
up your
too.
party with music. Now, most of these abilities have some form of debuff for enemies or increase a buff for yourself and allies. So if you like the notion of being like kind of a buffing machine while also dishing out a little damage and a sick tune, then go with the Bard. Now, the second of the Mage's advanced classes is the Sorceress. Now, this one was recently changed from the Summoner, which is going to be coming at a later date. So if you did play the beta, this is a completely new class for you, well, for everybody. The Sorceress is your classic mage, right? You're going to dish out elemental damage, be able to clear battlefields pretty easily. So if you enjoy the traditional mage look and play style, this is the one I'd go with. Okay, so we covered the mage and the warrior. Let's move on to something a little bit more unique, and that's the martial artist. So in other games, these are similar to monks, but in Lost Ark, the martial artist kind of brings a new look and feel to the class. With
I assume
three
DPS.
advantages. The first one is the War Dancer. Now, this class is one that offers lightning fast attacks that build up over time and allow you to unleash huge damage to enemies. And this class harnesses the power of the elements and channels them into their attacks. Basically, imagine a mage, but with huge gauntlets that they use to pound enemies into the ground.
Cool.
If this sounds like fun, consider picking up the War Dancer. Next is the Striker. This one is the most pure martial artist class in my opinion. It's the one that offers the most simple yet effective skill set featuring straight punches, kicks, leaps, and smashes. There really isn't anything crazy about this one. It's very to the point, effective, and extremely fun to play. So if you prefer like a Shaolin monk style experience, the Striker is your best bet. Then we have
Still a lot of
Soul Fist,
elemental
who
work
is going to
there,
weave
though.
together melee and ranged attacks for insane combos. And these are going to completely shut down enemies. They channel something called adamants, which will improve skills to make them more effective. Now, this is my favorite of all of the martial art classes because it's just incredibly fun to zip close ranged enemies for like a flurry of attacks, then leap out and unleash a big ranged attack and just clean up who's ever left. Like this one, I really enjoyed and had a lot of fun with. But lastly, we have the Scrapper. This is the straight up brawler class. They deal a lot of cleave damage. They can summon twin fire dragons that smash on your opponent, and they move extremely quickly to set up some very strong combos. Now, I do have the least experience with this class, but it's always super fun to watch someone who's skilled play this one and just destroy everything. So I think this one has a ton of upside. I just don't have a ton of experience with it. So let's talk about the Gunner next. This was actually the first class that I played in Lost Ark back when it launched in Korea. Now, I loved the mobility this class brought, and it was just such a fun time to play.
Gunner.
But there are 4 different advanced classes for the Gunner, and each has their own identity. So we're going to start things off with a bang, literally on combos. Now, I do have the least experience with this class, but it's always super fun to watch someone who's skilled play this one and just destroy everything. So I think this one has a ton of upside. I just don't have a ton of experience with it. So let's talk about the Gunner next. This was actually the first class that I played in Lost Ark back when it launched in Korea. Now, I loved the mobility this class brought, and it was just such a fun time to play. But there are 4 different advanced classes for the Gunner, and each has their own identity. So we're going to start things off with a bang, literally, because we're talking about the Artillerist. So this class wields a giant cannon that can do multiple things. It's like a Swiss army knife of cannons. You just swap these things out. It
That
can
looks
shoot
pretty neat.
flames, buckshot, launch missiles, drop napalm, even flip into a Gatling gun. But this does come with a cost because this massive weapon does make this class one of the slowest in the game. But with a gun that does all of the talking, I mean, who needs speed? You can just blow things away. You don't really need to move quickly. But if you like Scorched Earth and airstrikes, the Artillerist is definitely the class.
That's pretty neat.
Now, opposite of the Artillerist, which is a class that you don't really need accuracy, right? It's just Scorched Earth. We have the Sharpshooter. Now, this class can load different arrows that have special effects.
It's not as fun.
And this was the class that I played in the last beta test in the Western version. And it was a pretty awesome time. There was a lot of really cool things that I really liked. But I personally love the Arrow Wave skill. It sends out this projectile that deals damage to anything it passes through. But this class thrives at long range and being able to deal damage without being interrupted. So if you love to fight on the back lines, then consider picking up a Sharpshooter. Now, like the Sharpshooter, we also have the Deadeye. Now, the Deadeye is a gunner class that flexes between 3 different weapons depending on the situation. You can whip out a shotgun to take care of anyone dumb enough to get close. You have a pistol that can tear up enemies at medium range, and then you have a rifle to light up enemies at any range. Now, the rifle has some seriously cool skills that deal some huge damage. And this class is one that has a good skill cap as well. Because if you like classes where you need to put some effort in to really cash in on its potential, then take the Deadeye. You have to understand what weapon is going to be best for each situation and be able to flip between those pretty seamlessly and then be able to use all those different skills and weave them together to really cash in on its potential. So if that sounds like you, take the Deadeye. Lastly, we have the old Western, right? The Gunslinger. This class is all about shredding enemies at close range. You have skills that deal
see, that one looks fun, though.
enemies, even ones that dish out plasma damage over time. Now, this was the first class I played in Lost Ark, and I gotta say, it is one of the most fun classes that I've played. It's just incredibly mobile. It can pump out massive, then I would take the Gunslinger. So that wraps up the Gunner. Let's talk about the last class, which is the Assassin. So this is the one that comes with only 2 advanced classes, but they're perfect for people who love stealthy rogues, quick strikes, and channeling your inner demon. So to kick this show off, let's talk about the Shadow Hunter. This class gives you some crazy powers. You get to channel the power of demons through all of your skills. You get like a death beam. You can summon a large demon to swipe at enemies. You can throw glaives to blend up enemies into puree. It's just one of those classes that melds magic and melee together extremely well. And our last advanced class is the Deathblade. So just like the Striker is the most pure martial artist, this class is the most pure assassin. You have straightforward and simple attacks that utilize heavy physical damage, quick attacks, and being able to dissect enemies with a series of fast slashes. Now again, each of these classes has its own identity, feel, and playstyle, so please just make sure to choose the one that best fits you, because once you do, you are whisked off into the world of Arkesia.
I think I liked the tanky one. Gunlancer?
Despite its name, this is actually a tank class that uses a shield and a lance, except that lance has a giant cannon in it.
That's what I'm going
with. So the
with.
Gunlancer is all about soaking damage and taking one for
Absolutely.
the team. You do have some cool skills that'll hook and pull enemies, some that will provide protections, and some that are pure damage. If you like to be the tank, the Gunlancer is your only choice. Next up, let's talk about the Mage, right? So the Mage has only 2 advanced classes, but they're both really fun to play. So the first of the 2 is the Bard. This is your classic harp lute wielding support class that can either tear up enemies or buff up your party with music.
Holy shit.
Now, most of these abilities have some form of debuff for enemies or increase a buff for yourself and allies. So if you like the notion of being like kind of a buffing machine while also dishing out a little damage and a sick tune, then go with the Bard. Now, the second of the Mage's advanced classes,
Okay, wait, let's go back.
to heal up the party, then this might be a great fit for you. And lastly, we have the Gunlancer. Now, despite its name, this is actually a tank class that uses a shield and a lance, except that lance has a giant cannon in it. So the Gunlancer is all about soaking damage and taking one for the team. You do have some cool skills that'll hook and pull enemies, some that will provide protections, and some that are pure damage. If you like to be the tank, the Gunlancer is your only choice. Next up, let's talk about the Mage, right? So the Mage has only 2 advanced classes, but they're both really fun to play. So the first of the 2 is the Bard. This is your classic, except that lance has, this might be a great fit for you, and purging demons with fire. If you're someone who loves to be up close in the action, but also likes to heal up the party, then this might be a great fit for you. And lastly, we have the Gunlancer. Now, despite its name...
Okay, I need to share something with you guys, because I just saw something that, holy shit, what a document. What an actual... freaking what a oh my god. Fuck, where am I? So y'all take a look at this shit. This is an entire Google Doc of the Lost Ark Guild and community directory. Yeah, this is an entire list of the name of the guild, the leader of the guild, what type of guild it's going to be, the roster size, what server they're on, what their language is. I need to get Matt in here. Okay, I'm gonna do this for the memes real quick though. For the memes. All right. This is absolutely insanity. Look at this fucking file, everybody. Look at this file. This is crazy. This is an entire file. Language population by server, data analysis of what? What's the data analyzing? Are these the okay, so these are the servers. Count of server. So this is the population of the servers, the type of servers. PVX, PvE, PvP. What's PVX? Can you, oh man, can you filter down? And then all the languages. Okay, yeah, I don't know if you could filter down yet. I don't see that anywhere. This is incredible. And this is, okay, language by server. Oh. That's beautiful. All right, all the discords for the different guilds. At the start, we can get up to 100 and are doing alternative guilds. Copy. Okay. God, it looks like a lot of them are going PVX, which is a combination PvE and PvP. Okay. Man, this is insane. Server info cross-server region-wide. PvP servers. Kadan will be the PvP established server. PvP ranked custom is cross-server, but the ability to pre-made is not. We want to establish an early pick for people that are into PvP for the EU region so they can be all together with their like-minded individuals. Okay, interesting. Okay, where are these guys at? So these are nameless. Oh, are they not on here? Shut up. No name? All right, that's pretty intense. Okay, so I think the... All right, small, medium, and large roster size. Small 30 to 59, medium 60 to 99, large 100 or more. Nice, okay. If you'd like to make changes on your entry, update your form responses. Yeah. Wait, where did I post that? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, why is this a thing? Why is this a GIF? Why? Oh, it's veiny. Oh, okay. I don't. I didn't know it was going to be so veiny. I like this bot though. I try to figure that out. Not what I meant to click. Okay. That's pretty neat. Gonna have to save that. Where did it go? Okay. All right, let's get back into this.
This is actually a tank class that uses a shield and a lance to play as. But we're just getting this video started, so let's go ahead and move into the next section, which is questing and the world.
Questing.
So questing in Lost Ark is going to take you through all kinds of different areas, environments, and even across the ocean as you travel to find the missing arks. So at first, you're going to see a lot of cutscenes, a lot of dialogue, and the game might seem very, very slow. However, it does start to speed up after you reach Prideholm, which is your first town. And this is where you're going to see all kinds of different quests. So we need to break each icon down. That way you understand what you're looking at and what you're getting into. So first up are your main quests. These are the ones that are going to progress the story through each zone and ultimately pause once you reach a quest called Finding the Ark.
All right, main quest. It is automatically accepted from the prologue and is essential quest that forms the basis for the continuation of the main story and character development during the main quest. Finding the Arks, you proceed with world quests. And you have world quests. From the moment you leave Lutera and start sailing, you can continue the main story on several continents through the world quest. Note that some content may not be available if you do not complete the world quests. General quests, you can accept them through the NPCs and you can hear information about the area and the stories of the people around you. Chain quests, some quests are classified as chain quests, where a linked story continues sequentially. Most of the time they offer permanent stat potions as a reward. That's pretty neat. Dungeon quest is automatically accepted when you enter a dungeon. Please note that you cannot enter the dungeon and proceed with the quest until you have completed the prerequisites for the main quest. So you can't do dungeon quests without prerequisites from the main quest, which you move through because of the world quests, where you can also pick up general quests and chain quests along the way. Even after completing them once, the quest will be automatically accepted each time you enter the dungeon, and the quest will be automatically cleared when you leave the dungeon. Nice. Adventures, you can accept it from NPCs located on continents and islands you discover while sailing. When you complete some adventure quests, you'll get the chance to acquire an island's token or build rapport with NPCs. For example, some adventure quests can only be accepted and continued once per account unit and are called account quests. Okay. Rapport quests, by increasing your intimacy with NPCs, you'll be able to hear hidden stories that you couldn't learn through the existing quests alone. As your intimacy increases, you can even receive special rewards. Special rewards. Okay. Sudden quest. If certain conditions are met, the quest is automatically accepted in an area. There are conditions for quest failure, such as time limit or prohibition to go to another area, and if the quest fails, it's automatically deleted from the quest queue. Okay.
At that point, you're going to move over to a new icon called World Quests. Now, these will become available after you've unlocked your ship and begin sailing. Now, World Quests will splinter the main quest into multiple quest lines on different continents, so while you might not be able to progress your quote on. Now, once you reach Prideholm, you're also going to need to make a decision. Do you want to level as fast as possible, or do you want to fully experience...
Wait, did I miss something?
...to the affinity system, which is basically like relationships with characters. So as you build affinity, you're going to unlock more and more rapport quests, which will then unlock more and more kind of unique rewards and different things to help out your character. So don't sleep on rapport quests, don't sleep on adventure quests, because you're going to need those later on.
So definitely the adventure quest.
Now, once you reach Prideholm,
what's up, Mad? I watched this video. Yeah, we're getting into it. So you called me. Sorry I missed it. I figured it was. Did you butt dial me?
Also going to need to make a decision. Do you want to level as fast as possible, or do you want to fully experience the zones, the story, and complete each area? Because these will have different requirements. So if you want to level as fast as humanly possible,
Matt, there's a pet giveaway on the Lost Ark. I'm not really exactly sure what's going on with it. Their Twitch account. Let me go back and see what I can find. So, the official website says, okay, so patch notes, clever 2 power passes, no cutscene to be watching, there's catching, blah, blah, blah. So there's a pet, you earn rewards to, so there's a drop. There's a drop on twitch.tv/crown, I think is the link. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure this is the link. But there's a drop going on right now for a pet chest, and I wasn't gonna be crazy about it, but then I saw it was a fox, and now I have to get it. So yeah. It started at 4 p.m. East Pacific, so an hour ago. I guess you have to link your, so yeah, I guess if you link your Twitch to the Prime Gaming, it should be good. I guess I really don't know how a lot of the stuff works, to be honest, but whatever. We'll figure it out. Let me turn the PC on, do it. I'm in a Discord with a bunch of people that played New World, that live around the area. That live around our area, as well as some other people that were part of guilds in New World. And they've all come together for one big guild in Lost Ark. So I don't know how many people you have with you, but there's in this Discord like 40-50 people. So I don't know what your plans are, but I guess that's where we're at. And I don't know how to get this pet. I guess just stay in the chat. Twitch it. We're live at 8 p.m. with Lost Ark drops and the director of the game doing an interview and Q&A at 9 p.m. Okay, so it's just yeah, it's exactly what I said it was. So, oh no, you got ads. And also, shit. So this, yeah, I hate it. I don't have the I guess I don't have the things put together for that old scene. Could always watch on YouTube. Hey, Mad. Hi. Did you hear anything I said over the last few minutes? But yeah. Thank you for the 6 months, buddy. Thank you.
Mad Hunt 7-6. Holy freak, I gotta watch an ad even with sub hold on or less than 3.
Less than 3. Thanks, man. Thanks for the less than 3. No, did you see chat? I did. Yeah. I didn't know if it immediately put you in there or not, but welcome in. So it went live at 4 p.m. Pacific. This stream did. So what to get it, I don't know how long that takes. Actually, I guess I do, because I posted the fucking picture with it, didn't I? Or no, I didn't. 3% of 4 hours. Yeah. So yeah. So so you have to watch, I guess, 4 hours of it. But it's a fox though, and I fucking need it, bro. I need it for the channel. Look at we're all fox themed around here. I guess I'll just keep it up. Whatever. But yeah, so I am in a Discord with a bunch of people from the Atlanta area that played New World, and then some other people. I got the most expensive one because I'm stupid. So there's about 50 people in this Discord. I think they're shooting for a large guild. This is the second time. Yeah, I know. It's a free game though, so I'm just like, and I've been playing like a lot of PUBG lately, which is also free, so you know, whatever. I don't know how. So you got the file I sent you, yeah? Did you open that? I don't know how it determines what region it is. There are different servers, and I don't know if the servers are like in a certain region. I don't know. I don't see that yet. Ew, no. I don't see that yet. So I got the silver one after New World. I can't. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, man. Got to keep that pocketbook safe. Now, I mean, this does have a lot of people that live in our area, so I don't know. But they've been hella nice and everything. Like, it's been super cool to get to just chat with these people today. It's been kind of cool. Are the servers based off of region? Like in a east, in a west, etc.? I have asked, and I hope to have an answer to you. Look on my Discord. There's a server list with regions in it. Okay. You're in like the top 10 servers, by the way, on my Discord. So that's always great. Lost Ark. Here we go. I'm just gonna repost everything that you post in here. Oh, you know what? I remember getting this notification and then just never looking at it. I'm so sorry. Oh, here we go. U.S. East, Azina, Una, Regulus, Avestar, Galater, Cartha, Landon. Okay. Shh, don't yell at me. All right. What time did you post it? Because that's a big thing. Middle of the day, I'm not going to see it. Middle of the night, I'm not going to see it. I still didn't see it anyway, so sorry. Okay, so do you have a pal? I'm going to go. Also, so I was watching this. Wait. Wait, May 72 hours are going to be on a Xena and AE server for Lost Ark. Oh, shit. Oh, can't do that. Hold on, I need to copy this. I need to copy this. Not sure if everyone saw this bit of info. When was this? When was the screenshot taken? You posted it on the 1st, so... Oh, wait. No, yesterday. Oh, shit. Okay. Did you preload it yet? That'll be good for them to know. I'm sure they will figure that out. But anyway, yeah. So I was going through, and I think honestly, Gun Lancer looks
a tail
dope.
class that uses a shield and a lance, except that lance has a giant cannon.
Except that lance is a
So
gun.
Gun Lancer is all about soaking damage and taking one for the team. You do have some cool skills that'll hook
I have to tone down that fucking timer. I messed that up somehow. But yeah, that's probably the one that I'm gonna go with.
can pull enemies.
One of the
some that
best tanks. Nice,
provide
nice.
protections, and some that are pure damage. If you like to be the tank, the Gun Lancer is your only choice. Next up, let's talk about the Mage, right? So the Mage has only 2 advanced classes, but they're both really fun to play. So
yeah, I'm gonna tank it up. I saw the questing stuff, which is pretty cool. I think we're on leveling, so you have to.
up until
So there's a
about
choice
So
between.
if you want to level as fast as humanly possible, then you need to do all of the main quests and side quests up until
You're doing healer,
about level
nice. I
25,
feel like there's always like a
27.
lack of healers, and lack of tanks. Like everybody wants. I feel like everybody wants to be DPS. Did you play the beta? I did not. Honestly, I didn't even know this game was a thing until a couple weeks ago. Lifetime healer, nice.
Then at that
I've
point,
only played
skip
one other
all of the side
RPG
quests and
or
only
MMORPG,
focus on
and it was
the
New
main
World,
quest.
and I was a tank, so
The
why not?
reason you need to do this is because if you
I enjoy it.
only
Being
follow
right up
the
in
main
that
quest
shit.
all the way till the very end, you're going to be short on experience and will need to backtrack to make that up. But by doing all of the quests up until you reach 25 to 27, you will not run into this issue. You'll have enough experience to hit level 50, and it might seem a little slow and tedious at first, but it definitely pays off in the end.
I'm cool with slow and tedious at first. The beta was fun. I mean, with this being like a game that's been out for what 3 years now, I would hope that they've like got their shit together before bringing it over here to the US. WoW Lineage 2 Silk Road Terra Genshin SO and a bunch of shit. Damn, dude. Always the healer, huh? Always a healer. I'm enjoying these were look, New World was some of like the most fun that I had streaming. Even though the game just started off here and then just but I had so much fun with it, and I hope this is also going to be super fun.
Especially if you don't want to backtrack. Now, if you're a completionist and you want to complete and finish every single area, do literally every quest you see.
Do everything.
Just, if there's a quest, pick it up.
Oh yeah, you got to run it with
with
people, right?
Enjoy it. And I know a lot of people really love to do this. And ultimately, it's going to help your adventure tone.
We're rolling AstraZeneca. What server are you guys on? AstraZeneca. I don't see that on this list.
As well, which we'll talk about here shortly. So if you're completionist, you're not just going slower.
I don't think we're gonna do completionist work, but like I feel like oh, like that timer's broken too. Nice, cool. But I do like this idea of getting to level 25 first, doing all the side shit and getting to level 25 first. I do like that idea.
And taking time out of your leveling. Instead, you're going to get a lot of rewards for completing each area. And as you're out running about in the world, you need to keep an eye out for something called Makoko seeds.
Makoko
so these are hidden items
seeds.
you can pick up, and they're not going to be extremely useful early, right? I mean, at all.
Okay.
But you will be able to use them later on. And these things are scattered everywhere. Dungeons, overworld, nooks and crannies. I mean, you name it, they're going to be there. And they don't have a very obvious like aura. They don't highlight. They don't yell at you that, hey, click on me.
What was that?
They are very much hidden, tucked away, and very indiscreet. So you need to make
Well, where do you
sure
find
that
them?
keep an eye out for
They
them.
didn't even show where you find them.
And you'll also loot something called secret maps in different areas. These are
Secret
basically
maps,
drawings
cool.
Where you can find a hidden dungeon with a boss to defeat. If
Look
you
at that
manage to
mount.
beat
It's a
them,
cloud.
You also get some pretty nice loot. And these are just kind of little bonuses tucked away in each area that I highly recommend doing, even if you're trying to level as fast as possible.
So one of the things I'm trying to find out from this instructional video is loot does loot drop for everybody, or is it like WoW where you have to kind of fight over the loot that that drops? Dovaz will say in the morning for sure, but a Vesta or whatever it's called looks good. I don't fucking know. Okay. So Asta? Is that what he's talking about? Avesta? Asta?
because you
So
can get
it looks like, I think, I mean, this isn't up to me, but I like that there's a good amount of people in this one, and if they go Asta, I have to go with them. If I'm gonna be grinding this as much as I think I'm going to, I definitely don't want to run into the New World issue where like I stopped fucking just having people to play with. Granted, New World, just a lot of people stopped playing that for any reason whatsoever, but if you guys want to join up, I mean, I don't know how many guys you got, but if you want to do your own thing, that's great. I love you for it. I will see you out there. If not, come on over, man. This guy's playing Star Trek Online. What server are you guys going on? They haven't decided yet. I was just taking a look at some of these latest comments. But somebody just asked which server you guys going on, and this guy DMF, I don't know what his role is, but he says Dovaz will say in the morning for sure, but Avesta or whatever it's called looks good. And I think he meant Asta. Dovaz is the, I don't know. They have no roles in this server, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, they have no roles. But I think he's the guild leader. So, isn't that the streamer server? I just is that the one that they said? No, Azina. There's Azina in A East. So playing Avesta, backup is Ana. Plan is Avesta, backup is Una. Depending on what we see from the streamers. Okay. But hold on, those aren't on. What am I looking at here? We might jump between a couple, I think is what they're planning, which means if you're planning on, so what I'm reading about these packs is you don't, so you have the pack that you get from what you purchased. Don't open the pack until the founder pack. Don't open the founder pack until you know you're on a server that you want to stay on, because once you open it, it's server locked. But if you don't open it, you can open it in another one if you choose to move servers. That's what I'm getting from the packs. So plan is Avesta, backup is Una.
pretty great item drops, which will allow you to kill things faster, which in turn will allow you to...
So Avesta and Una.
Now, I want to take a second and talk about the world, right? Because this will no doubt be a big negative, or at least a question that some folks are going to ask. The one that Tim said, or 72 hours said they're going to be on is Azina. So there's Azina, Avesta. So there's a bunch of ones that I guess they fucking all sound the same. Which one were you thinking about doing? Is massive. It is a huge world. There are tons of places to explore, tons of places to travel to. However, these areas are not expansive. You will be snaking your way through trails through each zone. So what I'm trying to say is this game is on rails, right? It isn't like other MMOs where you can run through the trees and up and over hills. That's not possible. You're going to
so it's kind of like Diablo that way
through each zone.
What's up, Dorwolf? Going any west? Any?
So
no. But you could probably already play the game, can't you? Are you just jumping on the US release? Because isn't it released in Japan, or was it China?
Where you dive into this, you need to understand.
Also, Dorwolf, hi, big fan,
where,
love your music.
Into Duratar, and you just go whatever direction you want to. You can run through the river, you can go up on cliffs, you can drop down into ravines. That is not something that you will see in Lost Ark. It is very much on rails. Now, that being
I've not heard
said,
that term on rails before, so that's good to know.
I didn't have any issue or feel confined when I was playing the game. It was something I noticed at the beginning, and then I shrugged and I moved on, and I was able to really kind of enjoy my time. So I just want to get that kind of out of the way and let you guys know about it, because I can already kind of read some of the comments and hear it. Man, this game's on rails. It sucks. Okay, so with that out of the way, I want to talk about mounts really quick. So in
Mounts.
Lost Ark, you will be able to unlock mounts through the game or purchase higher quality mounts from the store. So yeah.
What's a higher quality mount? Just in the way that it looks? Does it run faster? Like, what's a higher... What does that mean?
Yes, there is a slight speed difference between paid mounts and the free starter
Okay.
mount. That doesn't mean the starter mount is bad. It's just noticeable that the paid mounts are faster. Now, there isn't
There, that answers that question.
anything else to mounts other than increasing your speed, so don't expect like a gearing or a perk system for your horse. So now that we've talked about the world and how you're going to quest
They've taken forever to take this thing down, by the way. Have y'all noticed that? And this doesn't even look like a boss.
through it, I want to shift gears a little bit and talk about combat and all of the skill points and the items that you get for finishing those quests. So in terms of combat, it's very simple. It's very to the point. Killing stuff in this game, extremely satisfying. You get a
That's good, because that's one of the things I fucking hated about New World. Killing things just sometimes just was not satisfying at all.
strong sense of hit feedback. Your attacks feel meaty. The animations are very tight and crisp. And this is what originally sold me on the game when it was revealed back in 2017. I just love the way that they went about designing the combat in this game. And the cool thing is, no matter what class you choose, you feel powerful. And you feel like your attacks are actually doing something, even as a healer and as a tank. And
He missed that
just,
shot.
it's just good.
Doorwolf, have you seen my YouTube channel? Exclamation mark YouTube. Can you would you be so kind as to subscribe to the YouTube? Thank you. If you do. If not, don't worry about it. But thank you if you do.
One of those things that's designed extremely well. Now, there are different ways to interact with certain skills. So, for instance, there are some skills that are combo skills that require you to hit the skill button multiple times to chain together attacks. And then some require you to hold your skill button down to channel, while others require you to hold it down to charge it up. Now, it's nothing new to the genre, right? But it's something that makes combat a little bit more interactive than just
That's kind of nice,
putting
actually.
the skill over and over and over. So in terms of progression, the most obvious and direct result of doing things in the world comes in the form of experience and leveling up. And as you go through and complete your quests, you're going to earn combat experience, which represents your level, and legacy experience, which is like an account-wide level that you can go through and unlock things. Now, these legacy levels will give you some attributes that'll make you more effective in combat, like increase to strength, increase to vitality. While your combat level will allow you to progress through the levels in the story and then eventually meet into endgame. So combat level is your actual character level. Like if I hit combat level 50, my character is level 50 and I'm now able to do things. My legacy level is my account-wide level that just kind of sits there statically across multiple characters. So there's just a little bit of a difference there, and understanding these is very important. And each level up for your combat level is going to give you 4 skill points. These can be used to upgrade your skills and unlock new paths.
Let's watch this let's watch this stream real quick. Gonna watch this crown stream here.
The world of light, there's a world of chaos that is also created. And initially, there is a god of this chaos. His name is Zazma. So Zazma is the lord of chaos. They invade Arcadia the first time, and this is when they get pushed back by gods and Regulus. And the second time, Kazaros actually comes out of this abyss. So Zazma is in control of the world of chaos. And at this time, the abyss is created. And this is when Kazaros emerges. So Kazaros actually gathers demons.
All right, guys, I'll be right back. Watch this.
Zazma's throne. So he's not the original Lord of
BRB.
Chaos.
Okay.
He actually kills Zazma, takes his throne, kicks all of the demons out, makes his own legions, assigns his own commanders to this legion, and he also makes the Red Moon. So if y'all saw in that trailer, that Red Moon was a failed attempt to create the sun. The sun is eternal, and the Ark was used to make the sun. And so Kazaros trying to figure out how the heck can I get this? Because this Red Moon ain't working. And when he makes the Red Moon, someone approaches him, one of the last demons that he kicks out approaches him and says, the Red Moon won't last forever. It's not eternal like the sun. And this is when he starts envying Regulus and the Ark, and just becomes just driven on just getting this Ark. And another cool thing about Kazros, now he's in prison, and the reason for his imprisonment is, I'm so sorry, I'm going deep.
I love
real
this
deep
side,
right
like
now.
you're Asian historian at the table. And again, for those in chat that are like, are these spoilers?
Yeah, someone said that.
I saw some people saying that they're a bit of spoilers, but from
really.
my experience talking to Sai is that almost everything you know, it's because you've like
Side quests.
researched and grinded the heck out of the side quests.
And you know what's so funny is that when you talk to players that have played the game, a majority of them will tell you to not do side quests. But this is how you
Cat's
learn.
laughing because you're that gamer.
Cat's like,
we
huh?
know.
And and so when you do the side quests and you're trying to 100% each continent, which a lot of players don't do.
Yeah.
You learn about these races and why this entire race of people have these pumpkins on their head, and why these Makokos live with these pirates on this island.
Yeah.
And it's all from the side quests.
And
I love
other
it.
stuff as well, like item descriptions are super cool. When you do their adventure quests, which I totally recommend everyone to do it. It's so much fun, it's so cool. You learn so much about the world. Also, Rap Horde gives you a lot of insight about some of it as well.
You know Cal's? He's one of the Cal's.
While you're thinking about
one
it,
of
I want to
the
let
Black Fang
everybody in
pirates.
chat know that we are going to ask your opinion on this as well. Whether you think the most important bit of lore in Lost Ark is the Ark or is Kazaros. Of course, you can type A or B in chat to let us know your thoughts. That is going up now. Continue, my friend.
Oh, so Cal's. You know Cal's from the Black Fang pirates.
Black Fang, yeah.
Okay, so he's kind of like he's a jerk. Like when you first get your first ship and he's just like,
I love that.
like, who are you? Like, he's like, he doesn't want you there. But then
love
you start
him.
doing report missions from him. And he ends up being a cool dude that has his whole backstory as to why he's a butt face. But
I loved him being a butt face. I like those characters.
once I did his quest, I was like, you're just cool, man. You're just a cool dude. Just has a troubled upbringing, but he's a cool dude. But
Well, so Sai, your big thing is do the side quest. You're going to get all this additional lore, but I want to hear a little bit from Kat and Amelia and Brian as well. Kat, you say, nah way, just main quest it and get through. Is that because you're trying to grind and get more powerful before you do other stuff? Or what is your impetus for just completing the main quest?
It's so I can do the high level stuff. I mean, endgame is probably the most fun.
It is.
Okay.
Of like almost any MMO, so I just normally just try to race through levels.
And
yeah.
Then Brian and Amelia, would you consider yourself the type of player that needs to collect every bit of lore like it's kind of a cheese and charcuterie board? Or are you the like, just get right through it, I'm here for the end game?
I mean, I definitely like a charcuterie board of lore and side quests. I don't have to get all the cheese, but most of the cheese I like, because I feel like it gives me a really full experience of the story. And I like, people put so much time into making these games and into making all of these, the side quests and the backstories of the worlds. I want to know, I want to get into it. So give me most of the cheese.
Brian, how are you on cheese?
I've been married to this woman for a while, and I can tell you that she will collect every piece of loot available. If there's any of these rocks left on the table when we leave, it'll be amazing. She's just slipping them each into her purse.
Yep.
I don't know. I think I'm with Sai, where I want to go on the side quest and build up my character, and then be really powerful and feel super confident about it, so that I can either like go down a blaze of glory. A blaze of glory is what I meant to say. But I just feel like you want to. I don't know. I have a richer experience when I'm dealing with the main story quest when I know more about the world around it, which is why something like the lore berry is super cool.
Also, some of the endgame content, like the Legion raids, for example, are much more enjoyable if you actually know the backstory about who they are and why they are there and why you're fighting them in the first place.
Sure, yeah. Well, it seems like chat has weighed in, and that Ark is the most important piece of lore in Lost Ark. So congratulations, Kat, for your imaginary internet points on winning that section of this very heated Loreberry debate, which is not at all very heated. It's just a bunch of friends chatting about a game. But yes, thank you for bringing that in, and thank you, chat, for your opinion on that as well. I do want to ask to the panel, for those of you that do know a lot of that kind of extra story, is there any bit of story lore that you wish you had known before you started playing the game that might be good for new players to know before they dive in on Friday?
Or tomorrow.
Yeah, I wish I just actually started figuring this out like within the last 2-3 months, but this isn't the first time. Like Kat said, 500 years have passed.
Yeah.
They don't even know that the Ark, if it even exists, but they also don't know this has happened before in the past. Guardians were created to
Where the fuck is
defend
my
Arcasia before, and before that, Zosma had invaded and was trying to get the Ark, and so there were already two
NVIDIA
wars
driver update.
prior to this 500 years of just peace.
So you wish you had some of that prior war history before diving in the
Where the
first
fuck are
time.
my settings at?
Because when I first played, I knew that 500 years had passed, but I didn't know
Since what?
yeah, since what's going on? What are the Arks?
Okay, cool. Anybody else? Anything that you wish you had known before diving in?
I just think it's really cool that Kazros is stuck in a mountain, but it's just his physical form. So I think it's really cool to know that his physical form is in Arcadia, and then his spirit or soul is in Petrania. So that's just kind of a cool tidbit. Yeah.
So you know your stuff.
Thank you.
'Cause that's
I don't know my stuff. So when we're talking about this, okay, we got the world of light, we've got the Ark, and we've created Arcasia, and we've got this volcano-dwelling, demon-summoning, dark shadow entity. Are we talking literally under the ground and the Titans are down in Hades, or is it a split parallel dimension and this is existing on Earth in the same time? Are we?
It's two dimensions.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
like a dimension of light that was created, and then thus, because it's kind of light and shadow, a dark world was also created called Petrania.
So this is all happening parallel to each other?
I don't know how many of you are deep into Witcher lore, but is it kind of like spheres colliding in Witcher lore?
The conjunction.
The conjunction. Thank you, Brian.
I'm with you.
Yeah, that's how I envision it at least. But I think what it comes down to, Brian, is we're just going to have to play more of the game.
But I can tell you this, though, is that Kazaros, he's in this volcano, but when they battle, Kazaros, his soul is in another area. So they actually move him because the chains that are holding him are starting to break. So they end up having to move him underneath this volcano. So that's why
Extra layer of security.
They're like, we got to drop him down deeper because this is crazy. He gonna bust.
And he's probably getting more powerful down there too. If I've seen anybody survive under a volcano.
And his demon, he creates 7 demon legions. He assigns the demons.
Side tones off.
You were talking about the SETI. You start getting into those raids, but if you learn about these demons, you start learning they want him to come back so bad, bro. Shaza, who's the smartest demon, demons have tried to take her throne, and she'll find out and kill him, and it's just so much going on. But they really want him to come back.
There is so much going on, and I think to kind of wrap up this conversation, what we can say is there is a lot of story to unfold. So whether you go through and grind all the side quests to get every little piece of lore, or whether you want to just get to that end game lore, because that sounds really exciting too, play as you will. So that wraps up our conversation on story, but we're going to take a quick break, and then we will be right back to delve into the interesting characters in the world of Lost Ark. Stay tuned.
This is it. You've got it. Say hi.
So, I guess that was the thing, yeah? I don't know what... I'm hearing, hissing now in my headset. I don't like it. Absolutely not. Headset, what are you doing? I don't like this. Mic side tones are off. What is this hissing that I'm hearing? I don't like it. I still hear it. Okay, now I don't hear it anymore. Let's see how shitty it sounds, though.
And you and your partner slash friend, you are going up against this crazy scientist. By the way, again, Hojo, you know, Final Fantasy reference. But but you go against this crazy scientist, and your partner dies during that mission. And so during this introduction, it's kind of the hero, the monologue, but kind of like talking to his partner who passed away. And then after he actually manages to defeat that crazy scientist and rescues Arthurtine, he goes out and ventures into the world, and he's like, oh, drinks are on me next time, to his like passed away body, which is like really cute to me.
All right, so strong.
This is not
strong
spoilers.
contender for the gunner at this point. I know
This is what I want,
I got
the
to play a
gunner.
little bit in closed network test, and I had just had so much fun going through each.
This would be a ton of fun. That might be a second one
to
that
decide
I do.
who I wanted to be, because of course I'm deciding based on lore and backstory alone, which probably play styles should be taken into account. But I'm a big lore geek, so that's right. You know, it's on brand for me, if you will.
Where do I see
So
what
we've got a
my...
strong play there for gunner. Are there any other classes that you would say would make a good play for best hero class backstory?
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I knew you were gonna say the gunner because he's from Arthurtine, so she gonna go with him.
Big Stephen Cyberpunk, yeah.
And this is not a spoiler because, I mean, to be honest, y'all go.
I need
I
this.
hope y'all don't skip the prologues. It's only like 3 or 4 minutes. Don't skip the prologues, but I really like the martial artist, and I didn't.
On the Twitch drop page, the crown stream drop is still not listed. Well, that's nice for EU people at least, but wait, does that mean you can get 2 pets if you watch both streams? If you have your Steam linked to Twitch, are you good to get the drops? If you have your Steam linked to Twitch, fuck, is that what I need to do? Hold on.
You win the tournament.
Steam linked to Twitch. I should have my Steam linked, I think. Prime Gaming. Channels. No. Connections. Here we go. Amazon, Blizzard, Steam. Yeah, Steam. That's me. I wonder if it's on Steam then. Where you can see, No, that doesn't make any sense.
So sorry, Sadie, but I mean, I get to get in there and I have fire on my fists. And there's fire coming from my hands, so that's why I like the class. It's flashy.
Very cool. And Brian and Amelia, I know you got a chance to look into the world a little bit. Do you have a class that immediately caught your eye, Amelia?
Well, my first instinct was for
Gotta go, but I
mage
pinged you on
because
Discord?
I love
Alright.
magic and to get to connect with
Wait, what?
nature. But then after watching what each of the different characters can do, the martial artist seems very, very intriguing to me. I mean, that seems epic. To fists of glory and kicks of fire and fierceness. I mean, yeah.
Very cool. Brian, do you think you will be joining in the martial artist fandom at the table, or would you go a different direction?
Don't let me down.
I won't let you down. I mean, not to make it either or. I think it's cool also that there are these advanced classes, so you can, you know, like it's subclasses or advanced classes. I mean, it's a division of. I mean, for me, I'm always generally favoring being at a ranged distance. So
Nah,
that I
baby,
can,
tank all day.
flee. But I don't know. I think the artillerist is fascinating to me, which I guess goes with the gunner. I mean, everything exploding, and you know, it just to me that's just a lot of fun because.
If you have your Steam linked to Twitch, you're good for the drops. Yeah, what is Chrome's? Blah, 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 blah. I have Steam connected to Twitch from desktop. Does that mean it's auto-connected to the Twitch app? You can only link it through the desktop. The mobile app doesn't have to connect, blah, blah. Nightlight, blah, blah. Saint already has a... Okay. Are all the drops cosmetic? The email only mentions Fox. I was like, who streams at what time? Thinks I'm new. These pets look 100 times better than the cat. Don't at me. Let's go. All right. I just started streaming on in the background, the lowest quality possible, and mute it. Let's go. 5 hours is a lot for a single item. Like, honestly. And also, shouldn't it show up here? Oh, in-game, wait. Games. Oh. Wait, no. Never mind. Oh, what I meant to do. Isn't this the in-game content, though? What is this? Craft on? I don't need it that bad. Yeah, that's intense. That's a lot right there. 5 hours for one in-game piece of loot. They do a lot for these giveaways though, so I appreciate that. They're never like amazing, but I appreciate the work that they do for it. It's pretty neat. Okay. I don't... For anyone that actually wants information on us, oh, you're fucking... This is beautiful. Thank you. Drops. They're drops. They're not... Twitch Prime. I'm so stupid. Here we go. Safia Pet Chest. Connect your Twitch and game accounts to use drop. Sign in with Twitch. Lost Ark Twitch drop. Sign in with Twitch. Yeah. We did not find an active Twitch drop for Lost Ark. Prior to activating, you must first earn and claim a Twitch drop for Lost Ark. Please go to your Twitch drop inventory and click claim now. Okay. So because I don't have it yet. Okay. Still working on it. Is this Dr. Disrespect? This is not... Bruh. Okay. I do want to get Dying Light. What is this? Paladins? I don't... Bunch of New World and Rust shit, I think, yeah. Okay, that's working. I don't know what those are, but I'm gonna get them. I do miss Rust though. Okay, let's jump back into Crown's channel here.
But I gave up.
I think the cool thing about this game is that I really encourage everyone to try out all the classes, because when I first started to play, I usually go for the, bulky, big dudes, tanky, beefy DPSs. Definitely a melee person, so I went with the Gun Lancer. That was my first class.
Yay!
The Warlord it was before.
That's the one that I want.
Played through the whole story with it, and I loved it. And then for the beta, I actually chose the Artillerist just so I could showcase something else. And I actually thought I was gonna hate it, and it became my main because I fell in love with it. And I think each one of the classes they bring so much to the table, and I think anyone could try any of them and fall in love really.
Can any class have the multicolored fox pet? Are there any limitations on what I can do with this? Like, what's going on with the pets?
Sophia. Yeah, you're talking about Sophia. So Sophia is one of the pets that will come with the Founders Pack.
I was gonna say, don't we have Twitch drops?
Yeah, those are Twitch drops.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, and,
it better be
pets,
different.
Like, they really come in handy because I remember I played with Kat.
Yeah.
And we both didn't have pets. And
we
then
didn't know about it.
I told her, I was like, oh my God, we got pets.
We didn't know. We had
Make your stuff physically.
Yes.
Box pet. Are there any limitations
Sophia.
on what I can do with this? Like, what's going on with the pets?
Sophia. Yeah, you're talking about Sophia. So Sophia is one of the pets that will come with the Founders Pack.
I was gonna say, don't we have Twitch drops?
Yeah, those
for
are
that?
Twitch drops.
Right on cue.
But yeah, and the pets, like, they really come in handy.
Box pet. Are there any limitations
Sophia.
on what I can do with this? Like, what's going on with the pets?
Sophia. Yeah, you're talking about Sophia. So Sophia is one of the pets that will come with the Founders Pack.
I was gonna say, don't we have Twitch drops?
Yeah, those
for
are
that?
Twitch drops.
Right on cue.
But yeah, and the pets, like, they really come in handy because I remember I played with Kat.
Yeah.
And we both didn't have pets. And
We
then
didn't know about it.
Box pet.
Maybe someday that just like freaks people out. All right, folks, we have had a chance to delve deep into the
Gotta love
story,
Trisha.
the locations within Arcadia, and now the characters. And I wish that we just had more time because I could sit around this table.
No, dark
and just
mode?
Chat lore
Dark mode
with you
sucks.
folks all day. Thank you so much for this discussion. Unfortunately, we're reaching the end of our roundtable philosopher discussion portion of the lore show today. But before we say goodbye to our philosophers, I would
Why would I
love to
use
ask
why would I
you
use dark
what you've
mode?
been up to, where people can find.
Using light mode on your apps is like doing push-ups for your eyeballs. All right? I'm not trying to sit here and just get used to dark mode all day every day, right? I need to train these eyes to stay sharp through my old manness, okay?
It's coming up.
Yes, and we're also both on Instagram and Twitter and maybe TikTok.
Do you
Poll in the chat.
You probably don't have any, and I'm asking a question you can't ask.
How are you, Diddy? What you doing tonight?
Upcoming appearances.
I think dark
and
mode
anything
actually
people
helps
could
your
watch
eyes.
Or maybe
Nah,
hear you
that's for
in
that's
that
for the
you can
weak.
talk about? Oh, I
It's for the
wish
weak
I could
eyes,
say right
all
now,
right?
because-
For the weak eyes.
Yes, but I am not allowed to say exactly. But please,
It probably does, though. You're probably right.
Stay
in
posted with
touch.
us because we have some exciting things coming down the pipeline, and yeah.
Yeah.
I like how they have the Twitch chat in the background. Like somebody could say some real fucked up shit back here, and it just like pops up on the screen.
Where can people find you?
Well, first and foremost, most importantly, if the EU gang is still in chat, you can find me on Kadan or Chadan. And also you can find me anywhere on just Sedito. And yeah, mostly I stream on Twitch and I stream Lost Ark. So.
Who's that you brought with you?
Yeah, and I brought my little Tokoko guy here. He's my scuffed Mokoko. He's actually signed by the director as well, which is super nice. Yeah, you can get this guy in my panels on my stream as well.
We always welcome a show and tell portion of the
Yeah.
So thank you for bringing that, and thank you for being here today, all the way from
Thank you.
Germany.
Yeah, thank you for
so
having
lovely
me.
to have your voice on the panel. So thank you. Kat, where can people find you online?
You can pretty much find me at Kat Conti. I stream on Twitch. I have like a Twitter, I have an Instagram, I have a TikTok that I kind of upload too. But pretty much.
They're using
you can
VMix
find
for the
me on Twitch
graphics and everything like
streaming
that. I
my
know
love
that.
of
I know that. I was gonna have a PUBG now, but I feel like poop, so I might go to bed early. I'll play with you if you're trying to jump on.
Perfect. And Sai, I know everyone who's watching Arc Week this week is going to see a lot of you as one of the official co-hosts of Arc Week. So you'll get to see a lot more of Sai. But if you want to follow Sai's personal channel or further streams outside of Arc Week, where can they do that?
Yeah, so you can follow me. I'll be streaming weekly on twitch.tv/play Lost Ark. My personal channel is sci-fi, and then on Twitter it's that guy sci-fi. Oh, and also, someone in the chat said you can even have an egg. Yes, and that's a dope side quest. The Eggs of Creation. Do that side quest. It's so cool.
Eggs of Creation. God, I'm gonna do all these fucking side quests.
Side quests. Sai is the guy to reach out to.
Sai the side quest. I like it.
Absolutely. Well, again, just thank you to this panel of philosophers. This has been such a fun and wonderful discussion, and I hope helped to prepare everybody at home to get on in to Lost Ark this Friday when it launches. Now, coming up next, we will sit down for an exclusive one-on-one interview with Gold River. But first, a word from the official Arc Week studio with info on drops, giveaways, and more. We'll be right back.
It's looking like a good old time over there. Everybody's crushing it. Hype's in chat for our guy Sai right now. I'm Lisa Malambry, aka Lucy May, and it's time to give away more Founders Packs.
That'd be better tomorrow. We'll tag you then. All right, bud.
Arc Week in chat right now. You've got 2
Have a good night.
minutes,
Thanks
so
for stopping
enter
by.
fast.
Are you gonna
We're doing these giveaways every day this week.
Are you gonna be playing Lost Ark at all?
Randomly as a Founders Pack ranging, of course, this bronze, silver, gold, platinum, you know, good luck on that. And if you win, we're going to whisper you within 10 minutes of closing the giveaway, and you must reply to that whisper by the end of the show.
I can't type in
That
Arc
time
Week.
is at 7 p.m. Pacific. Now, if you don't reply by then, which is 7 p.m. Pacific time, we will draw another random winner. So to win a
I can't
founder
chat
pack,
for
you
1
must
minute.
be 18 or
Nice.
over and a U.S. resident. Now, if that's you,
What?
hurry and enter !Arc Week in chat right now. Good luck. Now, while
I'm
you're
trying.
eagerly awaiting a whisper from Crown, we're going to take a moment to thank our friends
All
at
right.
LG for sponsoring Arc Week. LG's family of Ultra Gear monitors have nano IPS technology that features
What the hell is nano
nano-sized
IPS?
particles that enhance color and
What?
quality and consistency. I mean, all while achieving
Did you play
1
Lost or New World?
on-screen gaming controls as well, which include crosshair.
A lot of people that played New
stabilizer,
World are
and
going to go play
dynamic
Lost Ark.
action sync. So scan
It's
this
a
QR code on your screen right now for
MMORPG
more
action
info
role-playing
on why
game, which
LG's
I
Ultra
learned
Gear
about today.
monitors were the #1 gaming designed monitor in the US in 2021. But after you check out these beauties.
Okay, get that product placement in. All right, I'll definitely be peppering in some so this releases early tomorrow, and then full releases on Friday. So I know Deadly and Rizu and them are going to be playing on Friday, but I'm going to play tomorrow.
Episode. We've given away lots of founder packs already, so congratulations if you're one of today's lucky winners.
Yep.
You can head over to playlostark.com.
That's not fair that I tried to put this in and it
items
blocked me because it was a blocked
And a
word.
reminder that drops are also enabled to claim a Safia pet.
I want the
chest.
orange one.
Beautiful. These are so adorable.
Give me the orange one.
For myself, please. Now, before we head back to the library, let's talk about what's happening for the rest of the week.
All right.
Tomorrow,
I
it's
arc
a
weeked.
hefty 6-hour episode of Starting Zones. We'll be watching individual playthroughs of streamers Lyric, Saikuno, and Somerset as they battle their way through Arcasia. Plus, Sai Batiste will be with me in the studio to talk tips and tricks between gameplay, while also getting help from you guys in chat to rank our tier list. We're gonna have a good time, and that's gonna be 5 to 11 p.m. Pacific. On Wednesday, it's Fight
Wrong
Night,
camera.
where Sai will walk us through some PvP, and we'll find out if Chelsea Bites martial artist can get Action Jackson's last breath. On Thursday, it's Crown All-Stars, and we'll be jumping into a dungeon and boss battle with teams captained by Miskell.
All right, I'm over that. All right, we're gonna look back into the starting guide
I
here.
have a skill called Dark Haze. And this skill started off as a channeled skill that
Okay,
dealt a
skill
little
points. I need to back up here.
and direct result of doing things in the world comes in the form of experience finishing those quests.
Let's go back to combat.
So in terms of combat, it's very simple. It's very to the point. Killing stuff in this game, extremely satisfying. You get a strong
no, we heard
sense
about
of hit
this.
feedback. Combat a little bit more interactive than just spam clicking a skill over and over and over. So in terms of progression, the most obvious and direct result of doing things in the world comes in the form of experience and leveling up. And as you go through and
Ooh, that's
complete
kinda
your
neat.
quests, you're going
Oh,
to
that's
earn
cool.
combat experience, which represents your level, and legacy experience, which is like an account-wide level that you can go through and unlock things. Now, these legacy levels will give you some attributes that'll make you more effective in combat, like increase to strength, increase
It
to
looks like you could
vitality.
play this solo.
Well, your combat level will allow you to progress through the levels and the story, and then eventually meet into end game. So combat level is your actual character level. Like if I hit combat level 50, my character is level 50, and I'm now able to do things. My legacy level is my account-wide level that just kind of sits there statically across multiple characters. So there's just a little bit of a difference there, and understanding these is very...
I still really don't understand what the
And
legacy
each
level is.
up for your combat level is going to give you 4 skill points. These can be used to upgrade your skills and unlock new passive effects for them. So for instance, on my Deathblade, I have a skill called Dark Haze. And this skill started off as a channeled skill that dealt a little damage in a small area, but after investing points into it, it deals much more damage. The center of it gains a huge damage buff, and then once the skill ends, it actually drops an AoE that continues to deal damage to anything stuck inside of it.
That's pretty neat.
So as you can see, it's pretty intense how different these skills can change when you continue investing more and more and more points into them. So this is something that you definitely need to understand and be able to kind of plan out a little bit. Now, the cool thing is you can respec these, so it's not like you're stuck with what you chose.
Also
but
nice.
Still, you don't want to go through and kind of tinker with it every 5 seconds. Planning these things out is going to be important. And as you work through your game, you're going to unlock new items from your adventure tome. We talked about this a little bit when we were talking about being a completionist. So your adventure tome is a list of rewards that will unlock as you complete quests and challenges in an area. They start off super small and insignificant, to be honest, but then they ramp up pretty quickly to reward you with cards, powerful consumables, and a lot more. So these are something that aren't really overly obvious, so you need to make sure to check these often to see if anything new has opened up. So the next thing I want to talk about is gear.
Always.
So to accompany those specialization points we just talked about, your gear will also provide stat bonuses that increase your overall combat effectiveness. And just like any other MMO, each class will scale better with certain stats, so making sure to prioritize those will keep you on the cutting edge of every single encounter.
Got a couple of videos queued
Now,
up for that too,
another key
like
thing to
specifically
understand
going
is
into
that
that.
Your armor and your weapon will give primary stats like strength and vitality. However, you will not get secondary stats from these. Those are specifically sourced from accessories. And your accessories are things like rings and earrings. So they will give things like critical hit chance, and your weapon and armor will give things like strength and vitality. Now, one thing I will say though is that each class can only wield a certain type of weapon and won't ever be able to deviate from that. So if you're somebody
it gives you the percentages of buffs.
maybe a sword other times,
That's
that
really
won't happen
nice.
here. They do a good job with the artwork of keeping things somewhat fresh, so you don't feel like you're always using or seeing the same exact looking weapon. But just know you're always going to have a sword if you have a sword. You're always going to have a staff if you have a staff. That's just something that they decided on for a design perspective. So what are all the different slots you can equip for your character? So you have helmet,
Mask of
shoulders,
Inevitable
chest,
Punishment.
legs, hands, weapon, necklace, 2 earrings, 2 rings, and a skill stone. So there are quite a few slots to fill in, but also top end pieces to chase after for each slot. I mean,
Ether boy.
you shouldn't feel a lack of customization when it comes to finding new items to equip. Like, this is something that you will be able to chase after and you will be able to grind on for quite a while. And all of these slots are going to average out to an item level for your character, which will be your progression meter for end game. So that is something to keep in mind as well. As we move into end game, you're going to need to increase your gear score. As your gear score raises for your character, new end game things will open up for your character, just like every other MMO. So if that's something that you don't like, then you probably need to really look into this game and say, you know, is this something that I'm going to want to invest my time into? So when it comes to gear, that's just the tip of the iceberg, but I do want to talk about some other ways you can improve your gear to make it even more effective, and that's the upgrade system. So once you reach a certain point in the game, you'll be able to access a vendor and be able to spend various materials to polish your gear. Now this allows you to invest into certain pieces and basically upgrade them. Once you hit a certain threshold, you're going to be able to harden it or upgrade it, which is going to increase its base
God, that's
stats
so
and its
much
overall
shit.
item level. Now this whole process is extremely expensive. It's expensive. So as you get
So this is
higher rarity
upgrading gear.
you need more and more rare materials. And these materials can be found from things like Guardian Raids and Chaos Dungeons, but they're
Guardian
also
Raids and Chaos
crafted
Dungeons.
in your stronghold, which we'll talk about
Crafted
here
in
a
your
second,
stronghold.
strongholds. But the interesting thing is this creates a supply and demand situation where you either need to farm materials in order to craft those crystals needed for upgrades, or go purchase them from the auction house at a pretty significant price.
Okay, auction house.
So that's where you're really going to need to have some decisions being made. Do you want to go grind these things out and craft them yourself, or do you want to kind of skip that process, drop a little extra coin to get those crystals that you can then use to invest into your gear and upgrade it? And because of how much this whole process costs, it's really wise to save up all of your materials that you earn and then just spend them on max level gear or close to max level gear.
Okay, so saving
that
them
way
and then
you can have a larger
spending them
impact
on
to
max level
unlock
gear.
new
Got
end
it.
game activities, which we'll talk about here in a second. So I mentioned strongholds. I want to touch on these really quickly. What are these? This is basically your housing system. You're going to unlock a full
so
island
much
state
shit.
that you can then customize with
Full
all kinds
island?
of different structures. But the thing is, that's not all, guys. You can also craft items, visit vendors that are on a rotating schedule. You can recruit helpers for your island. You can recruit other people for your ship. There are just all kinds of...
What's up, Weil? Cool question. Any idea until when we can still buy the founder pack? I think you could buy it up until release. Also, Whale, I think you're the first person to comment on a live YouTube that I'm on. So welcome in. I think. I'm pretty sure. Welcome in. Yeah, I think you could buy them up until release, which I think is I'm not sure. Do you want to take a look? Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Maybe they have the the information here. They had it up here earlier. That's how I got it. Damn, I meant to get God of War too. I need to get that. Okay, not there. So let's go to view DLC in store. Enjoy Lost Ark's launch and luxurious blah, blah, blah. Let's take a look at it. Click into it. This game will unlock in approximately 3 launch details, January team update, about this content. I don't see like an end date here. Anytime, wasn't sure if it was till the 8th or the 12th. No, you can definitely get it up until the release, which is Friday the 11th is release day. Maybe there's some information in the launch details here. Pre-download will be available Friday. So you can actually if you get the Founders Pack, you could pre-download it right now and play it tomorrow. So there's that, which I've done, and I will be streaming tomorrow. So make sure to come back and check us out here. I'm also live on Twitch and on my Facebook too. So, but primarily Twitch in here. Founders Packs. Okay, let's look at this. Founders Packs will be available for purchase through 9 a.m. Pacific time on February 11th. There's your answer. Founders Packs will be available for purchase through 9 a.m. Pacific time, February 11th. Steam customers will have their Founders Pack benefits auto-entitled to them. So, another important thing about the Founders Pack. If you're on a server and you open your Founders Pack on that server, it's locked to that server. If you don't open it and you choose to go to a different server, you still have it and you can unlock it there. From what I've learned. So I know there's usually like some server jumping right when you start playing. This is definitely something to keep an eye on. I know when we did that with New World, I think we jumped to 3 different worlds when we were on New World. So yeah, there you go. 9 a.m. Pacific time, February 11th, which is this Friday. Really early Friday. There we go.
Things you'll be able to tinker with here. And
this stronghold thing looks really cool. This was one of the things that I had a lot of negative feedback around New World. Buying the houses was cool. I liked the idea. Paying the tax and then like the shit that you could put in the house. I wasn't wild, but some of the stuff was super cool. But overall, the whole system was kind of meh.
Think if you're a housing person, you're really gonna like.
It was basically there to
now with strongholds out of the
just
way,
be a place to
talk
teleport.
really quickly about trade skills.
It's very helpful.
as well,
Thanks a lot.
because we've been talking
Anytime.
about
I'm gonna
crafting
have so
quite
much
a
fun at this
bit.
game, I think.
So how do you find all of the materials you need to actually make stuff? Well, Lost Ark has a slew of trade skills to learn, and
they said that this let's see, I want to call him Vulcan said that this game wasn't like Diablo, but I get so many Diablo vibes just from the camera angle and how you fight the bad guys around you,
gather like mushrooms,
and
herbs, plants. You have logging,
and how you're kind of locked
down
to a
trees for
system
wood.
of movement. You can't. It's not free. You can't just run around everywhere.
Harvest game animals.
What's the Twitch so I can drop a follow? It was there as well. Junior Hollywood. So twitch.tv/JR Hollywood. I'm there live right now. Also, there's let me put this in the chat. Twitch.tv/Crown right now is doing a copy paste. they're doing a giveaway for a pet. So they're doing a pet giveaway right now as a drop. So if you want to do a drop, as long as I think your Steam has to be connected to your Twitch account, and you have to watch that stream for 4 hours, which is a lot. One of the longest things that I've seen on here. But if you sit in that chat, or if you have it up in the background or whatever it is, for 4 hours, you get Sophia, which is a little fox animal and pet, and you and apparently they're I've never played the game, but I heard some feedback around it, and it's really important to have a pet. They help out a lot. So just link your Steam to your Twitch, or vice versa. Link your Twitch to your Steam. No, Steam to Twitch, and you'll start to unlock the pet here. So you have to watch 4 hours of the stream that I posted a second ago, which was twitch.tv/crown, which is what we're doing right now. So there's that. All right, let's get back into the starter guide.
You have fishing to obviously catch fish, and then you have excavating for archaeology and being able to find these hidden relics out in the world that have various
New
uses.
World.
And all of these are used to find certain materials that are crucial for crafting. So it's really important that you actually
Crafting
take some
materials.
time to learn
Can't wait.
each one of these trade skills and how they work. And you also need to invest a little bit in them to get them leveled up, because if you don't level them, you're going to start seeing things you can't harvest.
I want her pet to
because your
hurry up
level's too
because
low.
it's just
And then you're
lagging
going to fall
behind,
behind the curve,
and I don't want it
and
to
then
get
you're
hurt.
not going to be able to craft certain things that you need for your character level, so you'll have to backtrack and get your crafting up. It's just going to be one of those things that you don't really want to neglect, because just like in other games, just take a few moments, do your trade skills, and you won't have to worry about it very much. Now, outside of
That's
these,
good to
you
know.
need to make sure you upgrade your tools as you go along to speed up harvesting as well.
Tool
Don't stick with your
upgrades,
regular,
of course.
gray tools or your green tools. Go through, upgrade them as you go. So now that we've talked about pretty much everything else in the game, we have one last thing to cover, and that's end game. Now, this is where the bulk of the game takes place. And just like any other MMO, this is a grind to increase your gear score and take on harder content up to the cap. Now, you have a ton of different activities you can do to get new gear and to really kind of participate in endgame. You have Arena PvP, which is a crowd favorite, so it is
Arena
populated.
PvP.
You can put your skills to the test against other players, which, you know, I've heard this is super fun. I haven't done any myself, but a lot of people really talk about Arena PvP in this game. You have Guardian Raids, which are like Monster Hunter style.
Fuck, man, looking at all this just makes me wish New World was a better fucking game. Like, this could have been New World. It could have been good. It could have been, all they had to do was just like copy this. What were they thinking? What? And the thing is, like, and I played it and I hit max level and I'm like, what do I do now? And then the game broke. The end game content, all of it was broken. So I didn't want to play it anymore. I didn't. And now I'm watching this game do all the things that should have been included in New World at release, and it's blowing my mind. Because I've never been a big MMORPG player. But this looks cool as shit. And this is what New World could have been. And I had so much time invested in New World already. It just makes me mad.
Chases where you chase down a mythical creature, you kill it, you harvest it. Then you have Abyss dungeons and Abyss raids. These are like your standard dungeons, but they do have multiple difficulties to play through. You have Legion raids, which are like your actual raids. So lots of mechanics, lots of things happening. They're incredibly challenging. A lot of people really look at these and think of them as the pinnacle of the difficult content within Lost Ark. And the thing is, these are just the big items, right? You have other things you can do like world bosses, chaos gates, building rapport, working on crafting, working on your trade skills, playing the auction house to try to get as much currency as you possibly can. There's all kinds of different things you can do at level cap. These are just the big ticket items. So the last thing I want to talk about is the monthly subscription to the game. We've covered literally everything the game has.
I thought there
to
wasn't a
offer.
monthly subscription.
There are obviously tons of little kind of small things that are tucked away in the game, but from a holistic standpoint, this is a lot of the stuff that you're going to be able to see and experience. So the monthly subscription is completely optional. You can pay for additional benefits and get additional benefits by subscribing to the Crystalline Aura. Now, these are things like decreased vendor and service costs, as well as free fast.
Triport fee is free. Ocean liner fee is 50% off. Daily report action tries +1 try. Life energy, natural recovery +10. Usable Bifrost slots +2 song of return cooldown. Research time, crafting time, dispatch time, action and energy. Stronghold training grounds unlock crystal benefactor title. That's actually kind of nice.
Among other things.
It's not. It's
now,
not
from
a.
my experience, this isn't necessary at all. It can be completely avoided. You don't have to have it.
Yeah.
However, if
not a
you're someone
paywall.
who plans on sinking hundreds of hours into this game, then you'll probably get a little bit more benefit out of it than other people, since you also get things like additional action energy for your stronghold, allowing you to build and do more things there. You have reduced cooldowns on your Song of Return, so you can travel back to an area, you know, in half the time. So these are all things you need to weigh out. But like I said, me and a few of my friends who have talked about it, we don't really see Crystalline Aura being as something necessary in the game, but more of something that if you want to spend hundreds of hours in the game, if you're a big housing person, if you're a big crafting person, you'll probably get a lot more benefit out of this than if you just want to play and experience what Lost Ark has. So folks,
I do like crafting.
Is Lost Ark in a nutshell. Like I said, we covered all of the big ticket items that you
Only
can
took us 2.5 hours to watch this 30-minute video.
But just know there are so many more things for you to discover and unlock. This is a game that truly does have something for everyone. So if you find something you enjoy, keep at it, and I think you'll have a really good time.
That's pretty neat.
All right, everybody, let me know what you think of.
All right, so there's sailing. We need to learn more about sailing.
Hello everybody, my name is Nagura and today I got a handy guide for you about sailing in Lost Ark. The team over at Amazon Games have sponsored me to create this video, so big shout out to them and let's get straight into it.
Hashtag
There's
ad.
quite a lot to talk about when it comes to sailing in Lost Ark, but I will only go over the basics today to give you an overview of what you can expect. The first time you will encounter sailing will be after level 35 in East Lutera at Wavestrand Port. If you follow the main storyline, it will lead you there, so you don't have to worry about missing it. Sailing is a requirement to travel between continents because the fast traveling system, also known as the triports, only work within the same continent. So in theory, you can use sailing exclusively for that purpose. However, if you want to go a little bit further with your sailing, it could be a satisfying solo play experience, as well as a way to give you more endgame rewards later on. For example, there are various islands you can only reach with sailing in Lost Ark. They each have their own unique quests and intriguing NPCs, and by completing certain activities related to the
woo all
islands
the
you are
NPCs.
visiting,
That's gonna be my goal. I should just be a bard. I should be a bard and I should woo all the NPCs.
Which you can then exchange for cool rewards. So let's get started and set you up with the 7 C's of sailing.
Fucking
Number
so many
1,
C's.
collection. There are 8 different classes of ship with different base stats and resistances. You can also upgrade your ships, enhancing those attributes even further. The attributes give you a variety of different bonuses, including sailing speed, more durability for your ship, and all sorts of resistances. This will help you with the more hazardous waters of Arcadia, as some areas will be invaded by sirens or underwater algae, while others will have you facing severe storms. To safely navigate those, you'll have to choose the correct ship in your collection and pick out the right crew with the right attributes and skills. This brings us to our next C, the crew. Every ship has a crew. You will be able to carry more sailors with an upgraded ship. Each sailor comes with different stats, which is another way for you to tailor your ship for more specific needs. Some sailing crews, for example the Black Fang, even have special abilities. The main way to acquire sailors is by exchanging a specific ocean currency, but I will go into more detail about that later on.
That's going to be another C,
Number 3,
currency.
Customize. Now you've got your ship and your crew, the most important thing before you set off is looking good.
Hell yeah.
You can change the color of your sail or even unlock full reskins for a ship.
Hell yeah.
Number 4, currency.
Currency.
The currency you need to upgrade your ship and your crew is called pirate coins.
Pirate coins.
Pirate coins can be obtained through different kinds of activities during sailing. There are also various other coins you can obtain during sailing, but ultimately they can all be exchanged for pirate coins. You will find trading ships.
So
in
what
each
you're saying
port
is I
where you
need
can
pirate
exchange your
coins.
So how do you get your hands on these coins and currencies?
Crime.
The answer to this is in the next point.
Crime.
Number 5, cargo and caches. You will be able to sail wherever you want on the open ocean
Pirate crime.
find mainly 4 different kinds of activities to do. Fishing, recovering cargo, hunting for treasure, and exploring sunken ships.
Crime.
All of the tasks are marked on the minimap so you can sail there and explore it. Number 6, contest.
Contest.
There are also timed sailing events. You can see the events by clicking on the clock in the top left of your screen, then click on the cogwheel and go to sailing.
Fuck.
The sailing
There's
events
so
take
much
place
shit in
specific
this game.
places and just require you to sail there during the time of the event. Once you get there, you have to complete 4 minigames similar to the 4 ocean tasks I mentioned before. And you will be able to get rewarded with different kinds of sailing coins, and those
Please
coins
let this
can be
last C
exchanged
be
for pirate
crime.
coins or other
I'm here for
rewards.
it.
Number 7, care.
Damn it.
Ships also have health, displayed in the middle of your sailing.
Not
interface.
crime.
The health periodically goes down while you're sailing, and you should make sure to reach a dock before it reaches 0. If you don't repair your ship before it reaches 0 durability, it will become much more expensive to fix, take more time, and be
You ain't got no
unusable
money.
until it's fully repaired. If your ship isn't well suited for certain terrain, it will lose strength much quicker, so keep that in mind when sailing in dangerous waters.
Ship
There's
armor.
a red bar
Got it.
filling up to the right side of your sailing interface while sailing in dangerous terrain. If it fills up all the way, your ship will lose a big chunk of health,
Holy
so
fuck.
keep that in mind. Tip: if you want to travel to an area and completely avoid those hazardous areas, you can manually set checkpoints and your ship will auto path to each checkpoint
That's
in order,
nice.
completely avoiding any dangerous waters. I hope this guide helped you and you're ready to explore the open world of Lost
So
Ark.
much stuff.
If you want more information,
So much shit. Okay. I'll like and subscribe. Okay. Best classes in Lost Ark for NAU launch.
PvE Tier List for
That's a 22-minute video. I don't want to do that. This 19-minute video. Here we go. 5-minute
As
video.
discussed in a previous video, Lost Ark offers so many endgame activities that sometimes it can be a little daunting to try to figure out which ones to do first. Hey guys, Pop Top here. As discussed,
Like and subscribe. Checklist. Adventure Islands 1 per day, 2 on the weekends. Field bosses, chaos gates, ghost ships, life skills, estates, and collectible adventure books.
in a previous video, Lost Ark offers so many endgame activities that sometimes it can be a little daunting to try to figure out which ones to do first. In today's video, I want to go over some of the best affinity rewards that you may want to consider prioritizing for the Western release of Lost Ark. Just a quick disclaimer. As with all of my previous Lost Ark videos, this information is based on the current Russia server, and I'm also pulling the majority of this information from the Papunica website. All information in this video is subject to change for the Western release of Lost Ark. If there are any significant changes, then I'll address those in a future video. And although there may be differences between the two versions of the game, I do think that it is still beneficial to explore the current options on the Russia server for some base knowledge about which affinities might be best to prioritize for the Western release. With all that said, let's get into it. So in no particular order, the 3 affinity rewards that I want to focus on for this video are gold, giant's hearts, and items that will progress your adventure book completion. Since affinities are one-time
What are affinities?
rewards,
You didn't
it's
even...
good to progress affinities that will provide a direct benefit to all of your characters.
Oh,
Gold
okay.
is an important asset in the world of Lost Ark, as you'll need it for many things, such as estate planning, purchasing engraving books on the auction house, or just player-to-player trading in general. Now, there are about a dozen or so affinity NPCs who offer gold as a reward. However, since we only have 5 songs and 5 emotes to perform per day, I want to focus on what I consider to be the top 5 affinity NPCs to progress for gold. And since I brought up the daily limit for affinity actions, I do want to also briefly acknowledge that yes, you can give gifts to increase affinity as well, but in this video I will primarily
What's up, girl?
be
Take my
focusing on
ancient
how long it would
sculpture.
take to achieve these affinity rewards by exclusively
like that?
using affinity actions. But if you do have gifts to give to affinity NPCs, your results will definitely come faster. The first 3 affinity NPCs that you may want to consider focusing on are Blackfang, Elaine, and Thirain, as
What's up,
these 3
Elaine?
NPCs all reward 200 gold each when you reach the Amicable report level. By using all 4 affinity actions for these NPCs, you should be able to reach Amicable in about 2 days, for an average of 100 gold per day for each of these NPCs. I'll quickly mention that you will have to acquire some specific songs and emotes and reach certain levels of virtue stats to receive these rewards, but I'll focus more
what are
on
all
those
of
topics in a
these?
future video. For the 3 NPCs that I just mentioned will give you gold fast, and while the next 2 NPCs that I want to talk about might take a little bit more time, they will eventually be worth the effort. Vel offers 2 separate gold rewards, 500 gold at the friendly rapport stage, and an additional 900 gold once you reach trusted. While it will take about 2 months worth of affinity actions to unlock these 2 stages, these one-time rewards will still be very worth doing. However, it might be best to use some gifts to speed up the process. Finally, the NPC who offers the highest amount of gold in the game, Sasha, offers 3 separate gold rewards, for a total of 3,500 gold. Again, it will take nearly 3 months of affinity actions to unlock these 3 stages, but if you are patient and persistent, this affinity NPC will eventually pay off. The next affinity reward prioritization that you may want to consider are Giant's Hearts. As I discussed in my Epona Dailies video, Giant's Hearts are important, as the collection of Giant's Hearts will unlock additional skill points. Beatrice and Trizian rewards a Giant's Heart at the friendly report stage. It would take about a month of affinity actions to reach this reward stage. You also need 140 virtue points in each category to receive rapport in the amicable
Why they all got
stage,
huge
this may take a
titties?
little bit longer,
You know?
depending on your virtue stats.
Is that?
Finally,
Why is
our
that a
old friend
thing?
Sasha rewards a Giant's Heart at the
It's
trusted
huge
rapport
anime
stage.
titties,
So
bro.
it's almost definitely a good idea to prioritize Sasha as a report NPC early on to receive
Okay,
all of the
Sasha,
previously
I
mentioned
see
gold
you.
rewards as well.
And all the
Similar to
dudes have
Beatrice,
heads that are way
Sasha
smaller
also
than their
demands
bodies.
higher virtue stats in order to continually progress her rapport stages. The final affinity reward prioritization that I want to discuss is the
Geralt?
adventure book completion items. Similar to Giant's Hearts, adventure book completion is also important for unlocking additional skill points. There are 3 NPCs who reward items that will
Giant's
aid in
Hearts, adventure
completion.
books,
Sierra
and
in
gold.
the first town of Lionheart rewards the special potato when you reach
The
the trusted
special
stage with it.
potato,
This
bro.
special potato can then be used to craft the potatoes with
Guys.
stigmas and marks, which is a cuisine that
Potatoes
contributes
with
to the
stigmas
Artemis
and marks.
adventure book
Let's go.
completion. It should take about 10 days of affinity actions to unlock this reward. Next, Aurelda is another NPC.
Oh wait, are these affinity? So you could do these once a day. So you could literally just do these like, you just do them quickly, like 10 days in a row, and then that's like an affinity day. Okay, that makes sense.
Who will reward a cuisine component. At the trusted rapport stage, Aurelda will reward the Rohendel cookbook, which is an ingredient used to craft roll snail, contributing to
Roll
the
snail.
Rohendel adventure book completion. And finally, Thunder in Silent Hill will reward you with a ritual food ingredient once you reach the trusted stage with her. This ingredient is then used to craft leftover food, which is part of the Yudia adventure book. This ingredient will take about a month of affinity actions to unlock. There are a few other affinity rewards that I want to briefly mention before I wrap this video up. One being the Shadow Wolf mount from reaching
Aw,
the trusted
Poppy.
stage with Poppy in Shoeshire. Using affinity actions, this mount should take just a little over a month to unlock. And finally, I want to mention the reward of cards. Cards will become very important later on, as the difficulty of the game increases into Tier 3, but since I primarily wanted to make this video about which rewards to prioritize in early Tier 1, I decided to leave cards out of this discussion, and focus more on gold acquisition and
How is this not Final
I will
Fantasy?
definitely make a separate video about cards once card collection becomes more important.
That's
later
all
in
I'm
the
saying
game.
is Final
Well, that's
Fantasy.
all for now. So what do you think? Which types of affinity rewards will you be prioritizing in Tier 1 of the Western release of Lost Ark? I hope
Gold.
you found this video useful. If you did, please feel free to like
Give me
or
all the
share
gold.
the video with others. And if you'd like to see more Lost Ark content in the future, please consider subscribing to the channel. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next video.
Okay, neat. I don't know if we need to watch that one. How to use counter skills. So this is actual gameplay now.
So this one here is my counter skill, and this is how you do the counter skill. When the monster
Real close
go
that.
in blue, then you gotta stand in front of the monster and then use your counter skill like this.
Oh, okay. Use your... Holy shit. Face the target. Use your counter skill when the target glows in blue. Easy. Gunslinger. Okay. That's a counterattack. You kind of got a little messed up there. Yep. Fail. Time moves us off a little bit. He's fine. Her pet's name is Dustin Hoffman. I love it. Does the counter just, is it a stun lock or is it a, does it do damage? I can't tell if it's doing damage or not.
Guys, I'm Vulcan.
Oh good, we're back to Vulcan.
We are
Only an 11-minute video here.
And we're talking trade skills. Now, these are incredibly useful and they're critical to fully taking advantage of Lost Ark. So, let's break down what these trade skills are and what they mean to you. So, trade skills, or life skills as they're sometimes called, are the different gathering systems in Lost Ark. Now, we have 6 of these guys in total. First up is foraging. So foraging is used to harvest plants and mushrooms and is incredibly useful to craft potions and bombs. Now, foraging is going to be a great source of income early on because people will want potions, they'll want bombs, they can use these throughout the game into end game. So get to gathering these things up, then craft them to take advantage of an early market. Now, if you like chopping down trees, then logging is for you. This trade skill lets you gather timber, which can be used to upgrade your stronghold. Now, there are some other uses for it, but stronghold upgrades are the primary consumer of this material. Again, early on, people will want to upgrade their strongholds, so selling this might be a good source of income as well.
I was going to clip it. It's a YouTube video,
if
Hollywood.
On rocks is more of your thing, we do have mining available. Now, it does seem like people just love to mine, myself included. Mining, chopping trees, and fishing. Those are like the 3 things.
Do you have like a weight limit on your bag or something?
Back in the day. But anyway, mining is the first trade skill that you're going to learn in Lost Ark, and it is super straightforward. You can mine various ores that range in rarity. Some, like iron ore and heavy iron ore, can be used to improve your stronghold, while others, like strong iron ore, can be used for better tools. Now, fishing, this one is just like mining. It happens to be pretty simple. You sit in the same spot. It's actually the only trade skill where you can sit in the same spot and level it up. You're going to look for areas where fishing is available and then cast out your line. You're going to see a shiny kind of white fish approach your bobber, and once that bobber is ripped below the surface, you reel in your line and you catch the fish. Now, these fish you catch can be used for crafting food, but you also have a chance at getting rare materials that can be used for other purposes. Now, our next one is hunting, and this one is a pretty unique trade skill. You're going to hunt down game animals and then slay them with traps or use throwing knives to harvest their hide and meat. Now, these can be used in crafting food and life gear. Lastly, we have excavating. This is basically a metal detector skill, right? You have a radar, you're going to search for nearby relics. Once you find them, you dig them up with a shovel, and these things can range from junk to uber rare toolkits. Now, these toolkits can be used to make extremely high tier tools. You can either consume them for yourself or sell them for a big payday. So that's a high overview of all the trade skills you're going to see in the game, but there is a lot more to this than just the basics. As you level up skills, you're going to unlock new mini games that'll grant even more materials or the ability to gather more rare materials as you level them up. Now, to build on this, you also need to make sure that your tools are taken care of and upgraded when possible. So Lost Ark is going to hand you some low quality tools right out of the gate to get you started, but a goal of yours should be to eventually upgrade these by either crafting some or purchasing better ones, because as they get more rare, they're going to come with better and better attributes. And these are either going to improve the way the tool functions or going to give you a higher yield on your harvest, which obviously becomes very impactful to improve your runs in Platinum Field or out in the world. You don't want to work harder, you want your tools to help you work smarter.
So it looks
however,
like
there is a caveat to this, right? An asterisk.
it looks like the game's director has a goal of a player count of 200,000 concurrent players. Considering there's 100,000 people watching this stream right now,
exploring this,
I think
aim to
they're going to be fine.
in just fostering great memories and growing together with our users.
That's a beautiful sentiment. If you had to describe Lost Ark in one sentence, maybe for new players out there, how would you describe it?
One sentence. 10년.
Go faster.
10년이 지나서도 뭐 로스트아크를 했던 시절을 유저분들이 돌아봤을 때 그렇게 나쁘지 않았다라고 할 수 있는 정도의 게임. 됐으면 좋겠네요.
In 10, 20 years, looking back in Lost Ark and makes you smile. I think that's it.
That's it. That's beautiful. If you can look back and it makes you smile. Gold River, thank you so much. This conversation has been so wonderful, and chat is so hyped right now. We're having such a good time. Do you think you have a couple more minutes to answer questions from the chat?
Of course.
No. Toxic ass questions in the chat.
Let's see if we have any chat
Yo,
questions
yo, bro, do you
that we
fuck?
can bring in for Gold River right now. Let's see if we have those ready to come in. And chat, thank you so much, as always, for asking your questions. Thank you so much for asking them, and we're going to get to as many of them as we can. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, these aren't chat questions. These are canned questions. These are
And of course, if
these are
you can't
pre-approved
answer any of these
questions.
questions, feel free to say so.
네네.
At Unwise Foxy asked, "What is your favorite class?"
노 코멘트 하겠습니다.
I'm not going to comment on it.
Ooh.
제가
Doesn't want to answer.
다 사랑해.
I love equally every class that I created. Truly.
The Beard wants to know if there is a particular class that you play, or do you play all of them, Gold River?
어떤 클래스를 주로 하세요?
이것도 노
It's kind of the same question.
아무래도 여러 개 클래스를 좀 키워봐야겠죠. 여러 개 클래스를 키워봐야 돼서 돌아가면서 합니다. 지금은 약간 좀 수정이 많이 필요하다고 생각하는 클래스들을 위주로 좀 다시 해보고 있어요. 그래서 그때그때 하는 클래스가 좀 달라요.
Of course, as I'm developing just different classes, I focus on, what needs most revision. And so I've sort of been going around in that.
Excellent. So a little bit of everything. This was asked by multiple people in chat, but when will we get the female berserker?
Ooh, good question.
일단 한국에서는 빠르면 올해 이제 말이나 좀 늦으면 이제 내년 상반기를 생각을 하고 있기 때문에 간격 텀을 좀 봐야 될 것 같긴 합니다. 여기서 굉장히 인기가 많은가 보네요.
Wow, she must be popular, huh? Of course, we have to monitor, and perhaps at the end of the year or early next year.
Okay, perfect. And at SWEBear026 asks, Squid Game mode confirmed?
이 게임은요, 섬이라는 컨텐츠가 있어요. 뭐든지 가능성이 있습니다.
In this game, there is an island, and in that island, anything is possible.
Oh shit! Squid Game mode confirmed.
For this very specific island. I love it so much. Other people in chat wanted to know if there was a way to play PvP with friends.
PvP랑 같이 친구들과 같이 PvP를 할 수 있어요.
제가요? PvP
친구들과 PvP가 가능한지.
친구들과 PvP를 친구들과 PvP 할 수 있는데 제가 하는 거.
Do you mean Gold River himself with the friends?
I think for people maybe that want to match up with their friends and go PvP with their friends.
오케이. 친구들과 같이 현재는 좀 이제 그런 부분들은 좀 개선을 해나가야 될 상황인 것 같고요.
Currently, we're making improvements on that so that that option is
파티로
available.
하는 거에
That's
대해서
pretty neat.
말씀하시는 것 같아요.
Nah, it seems
파티로 할 수 없냐?
it seems like you're asking about the parties, whether it can happen or not.
고민해 보겠습니다.
So we'll take that into consideration.
Thank you so much. At Vern Ether asked, why change class names that were already in English?
classname을 왜 변경하셨죠?
그거는 이제 그 퍼블리셔와의 협의를 하면서 이제 서로 이제 협의를 했던 내용이고요. 저도 사실은 이제 지금 여기서 와서도 브레이시아자 이렇게 다 외워야 돼요 이거를.
And of course, we had that conversation with our publishers, and it seems like that was the direction we're heading in. So even for me, I'm trying to memorize the names that's in Korean with English. So.
여러 가지 이제 사유에 의해서 이제 변경을 하게 되었는데 저도 좀 원작 그대로 나왔으면 좋겠어요.
Of course, there were circumstances that led to this decision, but I personally also have wished that it stayed as is.
잘 협의해 보겠습니다.
But we will, of course, have that in check and see what we can do.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much, chat, for asking your questions. Again, thank you so much, Gold River. Do you have any last words that you'd like to leave with our global audience?
우선 MMORPG라는 게 되게 그런 것 같아요. 발전을 많이 해야 되는 장르라고 생각을 하거든요.
I believe that the genre of the MMO is something that needs improvement constantly.
제가 이제 뭐 트레일러에서도 잠깐 언급을 해드렸지만 이제 제가 뭐 월드 오브 워크래프트 같은 게임이라든가 아니면 디아블로 같은 게임이라든가 굉장히 제가 스펙하는 게임들이에요.
Of course, as I've appealed in the trailer and mentioned it, some of things that I look up to as well, Diablo and World of Warcraft, I have great respect for. And so.
그런 뭐 선구자적인 게임들이 없었다면 로스트 아크를 만들 생각 자체를 못했겠죠.
And I wouldn't even have thought of creating Lost Ark had it not been for these title MMOs. So.
그런 어떤 뭐 위대한 작품들에 비해서는 저희가 아직은 좀 걸음마 단계이긴 하지만 저희가 이제 중요하게 생각하는 건 어제보다는 오늘이 더 나은 게임, 오늘보다는 내일이 더 나은 게임을 만드는 거예요.
And compared to these title MMOs, we're just taking our first steps, but we want to continue.
I think this is going to be a good game.
Improving alongside our users.
이제 여러분들의 많은 또 도움을 받고 여러분들과 잘 소통을 해가지고 매일 더 좋아지는 그런 게임을 만들어 나가보고 그리고 5년, 뭐 10년 이렇게 더 지나면 그 위대한 게임들에 조금이라도 좀 다가갈 수 있는 그런 게임이 될 수 있으면 너무 좋을 것 같습니다.
And with everyone's encouragement as well as feedback, we hope to continue improving on, and perhaps even in 5 to 10 years, perhaps we could go head to head with these title MMOs. So we're looking forward to that.
네, I'll be waiting for you in Acacia for your time.
Nice.
Let's play.
Let's play.
Let's do it. All right. I've been told that we actually might have time for 1 or 2 more questions from chat if we have those. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. At Pedro, MMORPG asked, how often is new content added to the game? And I mean brand new, not adding to North Korea or from North America, to North America from Korea.
아예 새로운 콘텐츠라면 한국에서도 없는 그런 콘텐츠. 우선 근데 한국이 본진이에요.
Well, yes, the Korean launch is the original, so there will be.
어떤 요청이 있으면은 이제 뭐 문화적으로 뭐 콜라보레이션을 뭐 한다든가 아니면 다른 어떤 섬 이런 것들을 뭐 웨스턴 전용으로 만든다든가 하는 고민은 물론 할 수 있는데 우선 한국에서 콘텐츠가 잘 빌드업이 되어야 웨스턴으로 가는 것들도 당연히 같이 좋아집니다. 그래서 우선은 한국 콘텐츠를 먼저.
She just got a commercial. Just run it twice.
Of course, we can continue making these different cultural variations so that we can meet, have a common ground across all territories. But our focus and priority is in just, making sure that all of our users across all territories be able to enjoy, even everything that's already released in our original launch in Korea.
조금 더 시간을 보내면서 여러 가지 좀 다양한 의견을 들어보고 다양한 고민들을 해보도록 하겠습니다.
So with taking our time into consideration of everyone's responses, we'll definitely continue building on it.
Perfect. And I know a little earlier in the stream you were able to kind of give us some insight into the future launch and release schedule. So thank you so much for that. Took You Life asked, is there any point in the future that all regions will receive new content at the same time?
그러기를 바라죠. 네. 언젠가는 다 그 지역에서 같이 돌아갈 수 있는.
106,000 people watching the stream now. It's pretty nuts.
로아 온도 같이 즐길 수 있을 거고요. 빨리 저희가 이제 원 빌드가 될 때까지 열심히 노력을 해볼게요.
Of course, that's the dream, and with that meeting point where all territories are met, that common ground, then we can even have like law-on events, as mentioned, and so that is something that we're aiming for too.
엄청 열심히 일해야 될 것 같네요.
We're definitely going to need to go full gear and working.
Well, thank you again so very much, Gold River. This has been so wonderfully insightful, I think, for everyone who's been tuning in, whether they're new Lost Ark fans or fans that have been around for years. So there you have it, fans of Lost Ark from around the world. We would, of course, like to thank our special guest, Gold River. thank you so much.
Thank you,
Is
Trisha.
Gold
Thank you so
River
much
his
for
gamer
coming on the
tag?
show and participating in this fantastic interview. The goal of Lore is really to create a unique environment within the Lorebrary where our philosophers can geek out and discuss the beauty of Lost Ark with both new fans and experienced players. And of course, as mentioned earlier in the show, Arc Week will feature a variety of content here on the Crown channel celebrating the release of Lost Ark in North America. Now, don't forget, everyone, I'm sure you have not forgotten, but don't forget about the giveaways. There's giveaway opportunities going live all this week with chances to win Founders Packs ranging from bronze to platinum, allowing players to play early, but also giving away exclusive rewards. And we really appreciate you tuning in. So thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Is that it? It? Cut away, guys. You got VMix. Cut away. Okay. All right. Lost Ark PvE tier list. Lost Ark how to get rich, and the trade skills. That's right. All
This
right.
should be a
Watch
balance.
this, guys.
You
I'll be
don't
right
want
back.
to use your top tier tools on low tier materials because tools will lose durability over time and they will need to be repaired at a repair vendor. Repairing them will restore some durability, but over time your maximum durability will slowly decrease, leaving you with less and less and less. This is why you need to save those top end tools for when you really need them. You can go to a tool vendor at any point in time and buy green tools. So it's very wise to just focus on greens while you're leveling up your trade skills. Those higher rarity tools will still be there by the time you need them, so don't feel like you have to rush out and grab them early on. So where can you find all of these materials to harvest and gather? Well, that depends on the zone that you're in, because certain areas will have different materials to harvest. When you're out in the world, right, you can find all sorts of cool stuff. But if you want to target something, you can open your overview map and you can hover over each area and you can see what resources are going to be available there. This is going to help you avoid kind of that wandering aimlessly through zones looking for something that might not actually be there. And to top that off, while you're out in the world, you're going to be slowly using up energy. Now, this is sort of like your limit for the day, right? You have an energy gauge as you go through and you're gathering resources, you're mining rocks, you're cutting down trees, you're going to be using up that energy. And eventually, you'll run out. Now, you will regain some over time. It is on a certain time interval. And there are potions that you can consume to restore some of that energy. But just know you can't just sit in the same spot if you're fishing or wander around and just farm endlessly without some extra help for your character. But by far the most effective way to gather resources is by doing platinum fields. This is a special zone that can be accessed from a capital hub, and it requires 1 ticket to enter. Now, this is really cool because you can actually bring friends along with you. This is a multiplayer area, so you want to bring other people that we can really capitalize on the opportunity and make the most out of every single ticket you have. Now, these entry tickets are found out in the world while doing trade skills. They're a random drop, so you can't really go buy them anywhere, so don't feel discouraged. You just need to go out and trade skill a little bit, and eventually one will fall into your lap. Now, the platinum field does have different tile sets, and each one is going to give you different resources. So you need to choose the one whose resources you need most. For instance, don't choose Kazara Gardens if you need foraging, because obviously it doesn't have foraging. So this is something that you need to pay attention to and not just click on one and go. Now, once you're inside platinum fields, a 15-minute timer will start, and you're going to see a ton of crafting resources to harvest. And these are going to range in different tiers, and if you aren't a higher enough level or haven't unlocked something, you won't be able to harvest those materials. For instance, if you're not level 10 in foraging, you can't pick the mushrooms that you'll find there. So you want to make sure to spend time out in the actual world leveling up your skills. That way, once you get in here, you can actually get everything that's available rather than having to leave stuff behind. Now, this is a really good time to talk about that experience, right? Platinum fields do not reward any trade skill experience, but they also don't consume any energy. So really the main focus here is just the materials. So don't go into this thinking it's a way to supercharge your level. Instead, think of it as a way to supercharge your inventory. So anyway, let's go ahead and get back to the field and what you're going to be doing there. So as you're out gathering resources, you're going to see random item drops as well. So you're cutting a tree, the tree falls down, you have a big thing of lumber, and you need to take this back to where you started. So you pick it up and you return them to the start and you earn a buff. Once you return enough, you'll eventually open up secret passageways that are full of rare resources, and usually they're really light on enemies. Because outside of these passageways, the Platinum Field does have enemies that are going to give you, I'm not gonna say a hard time, they're gonna be more annoying than anything. And you wanna make sure you take care of these, because if you don't and you're by yourself, when you pick up those items to run back to the start and you get hit multiple times, you'll drop that item and it'll disappear, and you'll lose potentially a buff. So this is something you wanna make sure you take care of. Don't just kind of push them off to the side and be okay with the damage you take, because clearing these out is going to pay dividends later on. But this is just another reason why you need to bring friends. That way you can share the map to gather all of the resources, but also be able to stack up these buffs quickly, which will give you things like increased movement speed and spawn new resources on the map. It really is a big team effort. Now, if you don't have anybody else to go in, it's not like you're going to be at a significant disadvantage by going in solo, but it just makes everything a little bit more efficient, and you're going to get a higher yield if you go in a party. Now, once the timer runs out in the Platinum Fields, your run will end and you will be rewarded with some packs of crafting materials. So you don't leave empty-handed, so you can't really complain about that. So overall, Platinum Fields are insane for quickly building up your resource inventory, and honestly, it's a pretty fun time too. I had a good time going through it. But remember, these do not replace the fact that you do need to run through the zones and level up your trade skills, because again, they don't provide experience and they don't consume any energy. And that's kind of what we're going to be talking about next. So leveling up your trade skills. So as you perform these skills out in the world, you're going to slowly earn experience. And then once you reach a certain amount, you're going to gain a level. But it's not just for show, right? It's not just, oh man, I'm level 10 foraging, this is a big deal. It's not that. At certain levels, you're going to unlock new effects. Like I said, being able to pick mushrooms at level 10 foraging, or activating the perfect zone buff for mining, which gives you kind of a little mini game to play while you're mining. If you press the action key in time, you'll get a perfect hit on the mining node and a chance to get rare crafting materials. So it makes the whole trade skill system more interactive. The more you engage with it and the higher you level these up, they're going to become more effective and more complex, ultimately resulting in more resources and honestly a better time. Like, it's boring just hitting a rock multiple times, but if you have like a little mini game that'll pop up, you know, kind of keeps you engaged. So I'm all about that. And folks, that wraps this one up. So that's a very high overview of trade skills and how they work in Lost Ark. So hopefully this was useful to you and gave you an idea of how these things work. That way, once the game comes out in the West, you're able to hit the ground running. Will there be more to learn? Absolutely. Will there be, you know, different ways of going and doing things? Of course there will be. But I really hope that, again, this just kind of gave you a little bit of insight into how this system works. And last but not least, if you are looking for a guild for Lost Ark, feel free to join our Discord. We're currently recruiting. It's not anything crazy. We don't have like strict requirements or anything like that. We're just a bunch of people looking to have a great time in Lost Ark. But that's the thing. We don't just play Lost Ark. We're also looking at playing other action RPGs. I mean, if it drops loot, we're playing it. And we just passed over 1,500.
All right, we're back.
I believe. So
what did I miss?
We're growing like crazy. Feel free to stop by, say hello, and if you're interested, you can join the guild. But
no, I got my own guild.
So
what the fuck is going on in the Discord right now? Oh God. So you can have names that are two letters or 2 to 16 characters. So I guess the guild is talking about like BBPP uwu. Cap letters only at the beginning. I wonder if you're gonna ignore the first capital O. Whoa, uwu. I like no cap names. Yeah, don't be sure. Is the event already rare? I think it's just ending now. The dog shit got 2 more hours for my free shit. Merchants gonna go out the window as soon as they get those summer swimsuit skins. 2 more hours on any linked streamer for the next weeks, though, my dude. Now, hold on. If we get swimsuit skins, that changes everything. I don't care. I want my free shit now, damn it. It's an MMO. There's no immersion. Fucking dinosaur mascot costume. It's over, but still counts for pet watch time. Cow costumes. Let's go. Lost Ark cow costumes. There'll be more streams every day to finish the percentage off. Rainbow Mikoko. Ew. You're telling me you're not going to wear that cow costume, but I'm not involving until Friday. I mean, I'll do it. You Oh my god. Never mind, I'm wearing this. Oh. What like cheesy fucking like 80s arcade game is this from? Oh god, please don't be something I can't look at. No, I don't want to load the rest of that. Yo, what? Can that be your character? No, there's no way. Yeah. Okay.
And I'll talk to you all.
So you have to know this to gear properly. Okay, 10 minutes. We'll finish the stream off with this one.
Aspect of the game that's actually super important, and this is also going to save you probably quite a bit of gold, but mainly time. What's going to end up happening is you're going to go through these dungeons, and you're going to get a bunch of gear. And as you can see, there is something called tripod effects on the piece. And what you're going to notice is that there is a level 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. There's levels to these tripods. And this alone may be the single highest damage upgrade when it comes to actual skills. Okay, so if I look at this right here, single blow from level 4 to level 5, the damage goes up. It goes up 7%. You can imagine the damage difference between like a level 1 tripod and a level 5 tripod. If you're not familiar with what a tripod is, it is just the Lost Ark way of saying a skill trait. So the question is, how do you actually level up your tripods? Well, you're gonna do chaos dungeons, and you're gonna do mainly chaos dungeons, and you can also buy them from the auction house, but you'll get these pieces of gear that have these tripod effects, and then you're gonna go to this tripod extractor here. You're gonna actually add these tripods to your gear pieces. But you see this right here, there's a little green indicator right here, and this is a direct upgrade to the tripods that I currently have. As you can see, I have level 1 piercing blow on my pants. This item that I got from a chaos dungeon happens to have...
I also got the piercing blow on my pants, chat.
Of level 2. So if I want to exchange this, if I want to move this tripod to here, which is my actual gear set, I'm just going to hit this button, and I'm going to have a 30% chance to get the tripod effect. So we'll try it. It's going to cost me silver. Okay. 30% chance. I'm RNG carried. It worked. I now have a level 2 piercing blow tripod effect on my pants. Now, since I have these pants equipped, if I go to my skills here, piercing blow is now level 3. Okay, so it was a direct upgrade to it. Now this, if I take this tripod or this trait, it will now ignore 63.5% of the enemy's defense. So it doesn't require any material other than silver. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna go through these chaos dungeons, and you're gonna get a lot of these items. And you can see, I haven't actually taken the time to go through them, but if you look at my warehouse, I have a lot. And the good thing about Lost Ark is, even if you have them in your warehouse, when you go to the tripod extractor, these are all the ones that I not only have in my inventory.
Oh, that's so nice.
These are the gear pieces that I also have in my warehouse. There's 2 more things that I want to go over. One is, you're going to get a lot of gear pieces, obviously, as we just went over, that has these different tripod effects. As you can see, I have certain items that has this little tripod. This is a tripod icon that has this tripod icon, and some that don't. This is a big quality of life thing. So what you do is you hit K, and you can click this button. It says tripod alarm. Okay, when you hit this button,
it sorts them with the tripods.
So that the game gives you an indicator on tripods to track. So if I want this tripod, all I gotta do is click this. Okay, you see how it's selected, and anytime I get a gear piece that has this specific tripod, whether it's level 1, 2, or 3, whatever that may be, I'm going to get that icon on this piece. So you can see this piece, these 3 tripod effects are 3 tripods that I am not tracking. So I know I could just dismantle this shit. Okay. But
so many clicks to dismantle something. What?
Effect. As you can see, it's got, you know, that O's Huang appearance tripod on it, which is something that I'm tracking. I know that I either want to read it before I dismantle it, or save it in case I want it. In this case, it's only level 2. Don't really need it. I'm going to dismantle it. Now, this might sound pretty straightforward to most of you guys, but here's a huge quality of life feature that's going to actually save you quite a bit of gold, okay? And that is this tripod locker. This is really, really big, okay? Now, what you can do is you could save your tripods on any piece of gear, whether it's on your actual gamer set or your actual set that you use, or if it's just on a piece that you actually got. Okay, let's say these aren't very good tripods, but let's just say I want these tripods. Let's say these are like level 4 tripods. Holy shit, this is really good. I want to save this. So what I could do, and actually I'll move this to the gloves. I'll pick up some gloves. Okay, so let's say this actually has a level 4 tripod, and it's got 2 level 4 tripods. This could be potentially really good. Okay, let's just say this is like bis. Like, let's say for my build, I actually really need this because level 4 is really good, right? I'm gonna save this to the library, and I can actually guarantee myself these tripods because these tripods, as you saw, level 2. Moving a level 2 tripod is like a 30% chance to succeed. Level 3 is like 15% chance to succeed. Level 4 is only like a 5% chance to succeed. I've got these level 4 tripods. I want to save them. What I can do is I can move these over to my library. Okay. Bam, they're saved to my library. Now, these are always going to be here. So if I upgrade my set to a new raid set that I just got, if I want to keep these tripods, I can always do that. So I move back over to my gloves here. Let's say I want these tripods here. I could just move this over, and it's going to replace these tripods, but I'm going to get these. And I can move them over for whatever gear piece I want. Keep in mind that level 4 tripods are it's a 5% chance to actually go, right? So you can actually go to the auction house and look up pieces of gear that have high level tripods on them, buy them, and directly transfer them over. Now, can you transfer one, like a single tripod? Let's say I just want shredding flurry here. You can't. You have to transfer the whole thing. This is something a lot of people aren't super familiar with, but it's extremely important because you could literally kind of cheat the system. Most people are going to sit here and they might be like that. If we look at that flurry thing, right? If I go back to my gloves, let's say like shredding flurry right here. Let's say I really need this. Most people are going to be like, man, 5% chance. And they're just going to burn through so many gloves trying to actually get this piece. When in reality, you can actually guarantee yourself this tripod by just moving it over to your locker and then reapplying it to your actual set. First of all, I don't know if that was super clear. I hope that was kind of clear because it like this has been an 8-hour stream and it's 5 in the morning. I hope that was clear. Is there any questions? The downside is that you have to take all the skills. Correct. You have to save. For example, look at my helmet. I have to have this. Level 4 on this skill and this skill is absolutely imperative for my striker build. The fact that I have this, I never want to lose this. I'm always going to have it in my tripod locker, and I'm never going to replace it. Oh, I have another helmet that I want, let's say for a PvP set. I'm going to save it to here, okay? Because this is separate to this. As you can see, I've saved it twice. But you can save 2 different helmet sets and you can save up to 5. If it fails, if you're upgrading it the classic way and this fails, this piece is destroyed. Whether it succeeds or fails, this piece is destroyed. So you lose the piece. You lose the piece completely. And that's another thing. Like, let's say these are level 4 tripods and I want both of these and you're like, oh man, I don't know which one to pick. Well, you could pick both by moving them to the actual locker, right? You don't have to choose one. But people that don't know about this locker thing, they're just going to end up blowing it up and choosing one. And, you know, not very good. Are tripods required for both PvP? Yes. For open world PvP, tripods are required. Not for arena PvP. So when you save it, you can use the... Yes. When you save it to your locker, it's always there. It's always going to be there. When you save them, are they removed from that? Nope, they're always going to be in your locker. Can you change the tripods infinite amount of times? Yes. So if a piece has 2 tripods I want to use, would I be able to do all 3 like you were saying, then go to the normal way to replace the one I don't want? Exactly, Lucifer. Exactly. What's the moral of the story? Well, as you're leveling, if you get these tripods, if you get some of the more desirable tripods, you can sell them for a lot of gold. So don't just dismantle them because you might be throwing away gold. And or keep your eyes out on the auction house for tripod effects that are best in slot for your character. This is the type of stuff that you want to look out for when you actually play the game at launch. You can take advantage of this in the beginning when people don't actually know about this. Last question, and that's a very good question. If we go back to the tripod thing. So if you have tripods on your pants, you can move the tripods from the pants to your locker, but they are strictly for pants. So when you move the pants or the tripods that are strictly for your pants back to your gear, you can only move them to your pants as well. Versus the regular tripod way, if I've got this chest piece, I can move a single tripod from a helmet to my chest piece. This is the classic way. If you guys found that helpful, please like and subscribe. Would really appreciate it. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys have any questions. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video.
Cool.
Guide for Lost Ark. When it comes to gold in this game, it's not something you can just infinitely farm, and you're going to need a ton of it long term, especially in tier 3 when the content gets released. But I'll be giving you some big boy tips in this guide, especially when it comes to selling accessories and stones, so make sure not to miss that. And this guide is going to be geared towards everything you can do in tier 3 because it won't be that long, hopefully, before that releases in EU and NA, and you'll be able to do a bunch of the stuff leading up to it. But let's get right into how to become a Lost Ark Giga Chad and buy all the costumes that you could ever want. So first off, one of the most important things that you're going to have, and this is going to be relevant right from the get-go in tier 1 when your character hits level 50, is you want to press Alt and J. This is going to bring up in the EU and NA version called the Una requests. So these are your dailies and your weeklies that you'll be able to do, which end up filling up this bar over to the left. Once this bar fills up to each segment, you'll be able to claim the Una badges by clicking the take all button here, and at higher gear score you can claim more of these, and these Una badges you'll be able to trade in to the gold exchanger NPC. So in Burn it's going to be over to this side, there's the NPC, click on him and you'll have either a gold pouch, a gold chest, or it's going to bring up in the EU and NA version called the Una requests. So these are your dailies and your weeklies that you'll be able to do, which end up filling up this bar over to the left. Once this bar fills up to each segment, you'll be able to claim the Una badges by clicking the take all button here, and at higher gear score you can claim more of these, and these Una badges you'll be able to trade in to the gold exchanger NPC. So in Burn it's going to be over to this side, there's the NPC, click on him and you'll have either a gold pouch, a gold chest, or a gold casket. You'll be able to trade them in, costing 80, 200, and 500 of the badges respectively. Now for the gold pouch, obviously this will give you a little bit of gold with a very small chance for a light or heavy gold plates. The gold chest is the same but gives you a bit more, and the gold casket, you see this actually has a chance to drop you a gold bar. So it'll give you more gold in general, but it's definitely worth, if you're patient enough, to save up for these just for the chance of that gold bar, because a gold bar is extremely rare, but it will actually give you 10,000 gold if you get one. The heavy plate gives you 1,000 and a light gold plate will give you 100 gold, and you can get multiple of these every time you open one. So there's a bit of RNG involved, but this is going to be one of the main ways, especially in tier 1, that you're going to be making gold. So make sure to do this every single week. Another tip that you can do is have a second account, because obviously bringing this up, you can only claim this once per week. So if you have a second account, that means you can do 2 sets of these per week and then just send the gold from your second account to your main account. Next up is life skilling, and this is definitely something you don't want to neglect if you want to get lots of money. There's different ones you can do, from herbalism, mining, lumbering, etc. But you'll have your energy bar at the bottom middle of the screen here. You get roughly 3,000 energy per day, and if you leave this capped at max, you're just wasting money. Once you've gathered the resources, you can sell them on the auction house, or you can craft them into potions, etc. in your... And we won't know what is the most profitable until the servers have come out and also matured a bit. Once you get your estate to level 15, there's a very short quest you can do to unlock a private life skilling area on your own estate, and the materials you get from this are slightly different for the ones out in the open world, but you can use these materials to craft potions and bombs, etc. at discounted prices with the materials you gather. For this, just press Ctrl+1 on your estate, go to the workshop, then the chests tab, and then over to the chests here that you can craft. This in the long run will save you a lot of gold, meaning you'll be richer. If you have an excess of pirate coins outside every single port, you can go to the ship NPC here, purchase things like these weapon crystals, and sell them on the auction house for extra gold. You can do this with all of your characters. You can even just send them to your main. From doing your daily Chaos Dungeons and Guardian raids, you'll get upgrade materials like these that you can sell. In Chaos Dungeons, those shards are personal, but going up to the Guardian raids, the ones you get from here, you can sell. So the more ults you have, the more times you can do these, and the more of these you can sell, as well as the accessories, but I'll go into accessories later on. Another note on Chaos Dungeons, once tier 3 content is unlocked for EU and NA, you can overfarm the Chaos Dungeons by expending your energy and then keep farming them, and you'll get these materials here. Going down to the NPC Exchanger, clicking on tier 3 here, the Citrine Shard Packs actually sell for quite a bit of money. On tier 1 and tier 2 content though, on Russia at least, they're not tradable. However, all of the tiers of content, you can go across to the other pages and you can actually get accessories. And again, I'll explain accessories later on, but you could hit the jackpot. You can also get gold from affinity. So going to the main menu here and clicking on the affinity, there are different NPCs that have different rewards. Clicking on the magnifying icon here, you can see the different rewards that these characters give once you get their affinity up. And hovering over this one here, you can see it's gold coins once you become best friends. Again, because this is Russian version, the names and all this stuff might change, but it's definitely worth going through the different NPCs from the different areas and seeing what they give, because some will give gold coins, which is literally just gold. So making sure to speak to these NPCs like the king here and ranking up the affinity will get you money. There's various other content in the game like the cubes that requires tickets to enter, like these ones here. But once you've done these, you have a chance at getting combat books, which are the engraving books, which you can sell on the auction house to make more money. And depending on what tier of content is out at the time of you seeing this, the test paths, for example, give you the jewels. You can sell those on the auction house as well. Lost Ark also features a whole host of daily events. Clicking on the upcoming events here in the top left, you'll be able to see lots of things that are going on throughout the day, and there are certain events like this one here that give gold. If you were to edit the widgets underneath the minimap on the right hand side by clicking this button, you can take off slots, for example, will reward you with upgrade materials as well as books. Chaos Gates I'll go over in a second, and the Adventure Islands, if you hit schedule, again, this just brings up what you can see here. The Cerrado Island you can get gold for, but not everyone you can, so just bear that in mind. They're not available every single day, but they are definitely worth doing. When it comes to the Chaos Gates, from here you can get a whole host of rewards, but you can also get maps. These maps you get are like secret dungeons. Once you complete them, you get bags and books that you can sell on the auction house or use for yourself. But there's a really big tip when using these, and that's to make sure you're in a group of 4 when you do them, making sure everybody else has a map as well. They come in different rarities to give you different color bags, which will sell for more or less depending on what you have. How these work is when you're in a group, you right click them and you click share. It'll tell you where you need to go, and depending on which one you did in which zone, that will be where the actual dungeon is. So for example here, I need to go to the runes, which is in South Burn, and I need to find the area on the map, walk up to it, and you can open it up. Everybody goes in and completes a very short dungeon. Just make sure you're all on the same map and in the same channel, and at the end you will get a reward. Ideally, you want to do this when everybody else has one, because if you go in by yourself, you'll get only the reward for yourself, but if you go in with a group of 4, then everybody gets a reward, quadrupling the amount of resources you get from that dungeon. However, what you would then proceed to do is do the next person's dungeon, then the next person's, then the next person's, quadrupling the reward for everybody. Another piece of ticketed content you can do is the platinum fields. These crafting licenses you get from just doing life skilling around the world. You'll get them randomly, and these give you materials again which you can sell on the auction house. None of the life skill energy is consumed when you do these, and you've got a field for herbalism, lumbering and mining, and one for hunting, fishing and archaeology. So just make sure to pick the right one, and again, ideally you want to do this with a group of 4, as you can get extra rewards. Moving on to some of the Giga Juice gold you can get from this game, that comes from selling
Giga Juice gold
and also stones. So if there's anything you take out of this video, this is what's really important. Going across to the bidding section on the auction house, you can see that you can sell accessories, stones, equipment, and gems. Clicking on accessories and clicking on all, there's loads of different tiers from tier 1 stuff to tier 3. But if I just go to tier 3, because that's where we are in Russia, and the most bought ones, which are the artifact level ones, because this is the end game stuff for right now. Clicking on search, you can see there's a whole host of different prices, and there's also 3,000 pages. So let's narrow things down and make it way more simpler. Clicking on the advanced bit here, the details, you can actually search down the bottom here by things like combat characteristics and also by engravings. Section here, you need to get a little bit of game knowledge for knowing what engravings are good and also what stat points people are going to want to buy. Just to give you a quick hint, critical, speciality and agility, this one's called swiftness in EU and NA version. These, depending on the class and on the build, are going to be the stat points that most people want. Subdue, again, might be named something different. Endurance and proficiency. If you get accessories that have these stat points on, they're probably not going to be worth too much, but still might sell. So, for example, let's have a look at my ring here. You can see my ring has speciality, it also has grudge, and it has fast. And at the top, there's also quality. So, for things to be worth an absolute fortune, and I'll show you in a moment, a lot of stuff has to line up correctly. And this is where, I mean, you can hit the jackpot, or most accessories in the game are actually pretty worthless and you're going to dismantle them. So grudge and fast on my ignition sorceress are very, very strong engravings. So having those line up is stage 1 of me putting a tick in the box for, is this ring worth anything? The next thing I'm looking at is the stats. Speciality is another tick in the box, so that's a good step so far. And then the higher the quality, the more of the stat you'll get. So the more speciality this ring will give, but the higher the quality, the more the ring's going to be worth again. The accessories also have a negative effect, but you don't have to worry too much about that. So yeah, get some game knowledge in, learn what engravings are good, and if you need to know what engravings are, then I do have a video on my channel explaining what they are. But just know that when you get engravings that are good, like Grudge and Massacre, then these rings and necklaces and earrings, for example, can be worth a fortune. So if I go back to the search and go combat characteristics, I'll click on something like critical.
What's up, Shadow?
Engravings, I'll go with Cursed Doll, and also scroll.
It releases tomorrow at noon. It's free to play. But if you want to play tomorrow, there's different. Let me see if I can pull up this list. Where was it? Here, I have a like a tier list for you. Not a tier list, but shit, maybe I don't. Oh man, what happened to that list? Yeah, but it's like it's $15 for the early release. Package thingy. So there's different DLCs that you could get. So platinum, gold, silver, and bronze. And bronze is $14.99, and it'll get you access to the game early. 3-day head start, founder exclusive pet, founder's title, and 30 days of crystalline aura benefits, whatever that is. Yeah, that'll get you access tomorrow, and that's what I'm gonna be playing it tomorrow. Hopefully early. I'm hoping to like maybe cut out of work a little bit early and start streaming and playing. Hopefully. There is a ton of shit that goes into this game. It's literally like it's I don't know. I saw a ton of shit in Final Fantasy, their MMORPG. This looks like it's
very good in
more complicated than that.
Hit search, then we'll have this one here. If we've listed it,
but anyway, it's 10:30, so I gotta call it anyway. Yeah, so I'm hoping to play tomorrow, like maybe 1 or 2-ish, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. And same for the rest of the week too. So if you're interested in joining up in a guild, I'm also part of a guild now, I guess, with about 50 other people. We have a Discord. Lewis invited us to one. I think I sent it to you guys in the group chat and Discord, not sure, but if you're interested in that, let me know too. It seems like they've got a lot of this is a game too that looks like it's really good to play solo, and then as we like start to hit dungeons and stuff, and you can like respec your points and everything like that. Like there's a ton to it. There's a ton of stuff that you could do, which like a lot of quality of life stuff that I think we missed out with New World. So if you're interested, let me know. I'll send you all the info. Until then, thanks for coming by to say hi, and check us out tomorrow. We will we'll be back on hopefully early tomorrow afternoon, but I don't know, we'll see. Thanks, Shadow Knight. Have a good night, buddy. Bye.